yeah, yeah, yeah. yeah, 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 yeah. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Oh Lord, oh Lord.
This is quality content. Dude is my age. Marcus is my age, and he's got like 50 years of fucking experience.
Let her vote the fuck out of her channel.
Louis Armstrong was the midwife that helped birth ska from the cloaca of punk.
You guys heard it here first at LTN Media. There's packs of wild stray dogs that control most of the major cities. Anytime you just hear, almost the lava, lava. It's like, oh shit, it's about to go down.
What's going on, fuckboys and killjoys? It's less than normal. Chris?
That's it? That's all we're doing this week?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Less Than Normal. I am Chris, and joined with me on this roller coaster to insanity and Narnia while stopping off in that really, really sketchy fucking gas station at Texarkana that you don't ever want to go to by yourself. Dave and Bree are with me. What's going on, guys?
Well,
Hi.
I feel like I've let you all down now. I thought it would be funny to just do something short this week, but I do have something else prepared.
Show just started. Dave's edging us. Like, just let us come, Dave.
And I'm one of those. And I apologize. And so it seems that much like the cities of the past, the cities of the future look much like your mother's nightstand drawer. Our skyline is filled with dicks as far as the eye can see. A brave act of heroism by Dave Levels Up. Will he save his friend, or will he just fucking die? Fuck, what is that? Fuck! What the fuck was that? Oh my god, what the fuck happened to his body? What is that? Yeah, I got it. I don't know what that is. And it's fucking terrifying. Oh, Dave is definitely dead. We lost our best friend. We can get another one. Oh, I had faith in you the whole time, buddy. What was that? Oh, no. He comes in the pod. Oh, hello, buddy. Shit, their voices again. All right, it's just me. And Sin. Go hit that button, big red button. That's not Frogmouth. Oh, it's a blender. Mixer. You good, Dave? You good? He is not. Hi, I'm Tim Fuckley with 69 News. Then I push a button and he falls down. I'm trying to go under. I'm dead. What is it? Bang. You are correct. That is a good thing. Are you recording? Yeah. Oh, well, here's my flashlight. Okay. I got the flashlight. Well, all three of my friends are idiots. Can you tell how unimpressed I am? That's a no. That's an Iron Maiden. That's a bad person in there. That's an Iron Maiden. That's what killed us last time. I think I can make it through. No. Oh, God. The first thing I picked up was your mom. For some reason, my mouth tastes like nutsack. Oh, I just saw a shadow figure. I couldn't get it in. Oh my God. It got me. I'm bleeding. My teammates are dead. I'm dead. My mom doesn't love me. My dad was never proud.
We just went on a fucking journey. I don't know what just happened.
I was just wondering, when will it end?
We were all fucking there. Jesus Christ, Dave.
If you know, you know.
I don't know what just happened, but that is.
But it is
going
to
to end up on the
arguably
internet
funnier
somewhere.
out of context.
I don't know what happened.
That
my
is
God.
the transcript for a short video that I posted that I happened to glance at the transcript of out of context and went, "Oh God."
I cannot wait to post that somewhere on our social medias or all of the social medias. That was terrific. If not for the story, for the look on the face of Bree and myself as we went through this fucking story.
There you go, Chris.
Holy shit. Okay.
You didn't think I really had it, did you? I spent
No,
2 hours yesterday making different AI voices read it because it was fucking hilarious. Because they had no context.
If you guys have ever wondered why LTN was started, it was for that. Whatever
Everything
the
has
fuck
led
that
us to
was.
that.
Everything the last 3 years has led us to what I shall call Dave, a one-man story.
A one-man story.
A one-man story.
Dude, but tell
I'm
me.
pretty sure that was the plot for Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Okay. Hi, I'm Tim Fuckley. That is in fact Tim Fuckley.
Tim Fuckley.
That was his line.
Can we get some cum hype in the chat for Zach, aka Tim Fuckley?
That hit me too hard. Well, I think
it might be. Zach, make it an emote. Yeah, I was gonna say you're our emote guy. Now I want to see who's gonna do it. I'm amazed that this hasn't already existed.
No. Hang on.
Shall exist.
I got it. It's perfect.
Oh God, I'm afraid. Yes. There it is. There it is.
Oh no.
And then there's Zach's.
That's
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess. I ask and you shall receive, I guess. Thank you, Zach. Anyway, we do actually have a show for you today.
We do?
We do. As always, you can hear my voice over at 959watd.com for Miles on Motorsports. I do exist in 2 places at once on the internet. It's just how I roll. Go give them a go give my buddy Miles a listen. He's a good dude. And yeah, go check him out. We had some movie stuff come out.
Don't put cum hype in his chat. I was gonna say put some
No,
cum hype
don't.
in his chat. But You know what? No, fuck it.
No, do it.
Because then when he goes, what the fuck? We will know that you did. Because ain't nobody fucking else gonna.
And he's doing a NASCAR radio show right now, so that would be even funnier. If he had a live chat, that would be perfect.
Hang on. Is there a live thing that we can send them?
I wish there was.
No.
I wish there was.
Whore. Be better.
So I'm trying to get him to upload all of his shows on fucking YouTube. I was like, dude, why are you not doing this? He goes, I don't know. I'm like, bro, I literally do this for a job. Like, just send me the shit. I'll upload it for you.
Oh, yeah, especially if you're just raw dog uploading a file.
Yeah. Just send me. Yeah, it's all their shit operates through radio and through like all of that equipment. Super easy to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, guys, I.
Oh, yeah. Well,
free,
especially since he could just raw dog give you a link to the file for the show.
Yeah. You want to laugh? I send him my pre-recorded segment through Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
It's easier. It's like a 2-minute segment.
Well, because at the end of the day, is it a method for me to get ones and zeros from where I'm at to where you're at in the same fucking order in a timely manner?
Yeah, exactly. Hence why we use Discord for like most of our stuff.
Right, because it's less cumbersome than trying to, especially with as often as we video call, trying to do anything on a phone. Especially when it comes to group things. Teams is a thing that exists for people who think Discord is a tool.
For nerds? Oh, yeah. I know. That's my thing with Discord. It's like Zoom and all those. Those are great. And I was like, but it's just...
I like Teams. I also hate Teams. Yeah.
That's fair.
Nope.
Yeah, so you have to use it for work, Zach, don't you?
Well, there is stuff you can do in Teams that you can't do in Discord, but to be honest, use Discord and get a Monday subscription.
Right.
Monday, sponsor us. And by sponsor us, I mean just let us play with your software and talk about it, because it would be really helpful for us for organizing things. Love you.
And we're also nerds, so yes, please do that.
Yeah, no, Monday is all about team organization and stuff. It's actually really useful.
That's good to know, actually.
Yeah, it's a project coordination resource as much as anything else.
Right.
That does everything from scheduling to like keeping and sharing notes and stuff.
Oh, that's rough. Although sounds like classic Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of classic Microsoft, this has nothing to do with Microsoft and everything to do with classic Java. But I figured out why I was having such a hard time with fucking Minecraft yesterday.
Why?
It opened 4 fucking times.
That'll do it. Yeah. No. Turns out you only need it to open once.
Right? I'm like, why is this so sluggish and laggy and weird?
Yeah.
And I went to restart my computer to let the updates happen, because, like you do. And
as one does, yeah.
It's like, we can't restart because these programs are open. And it said Java, Minecraft, Java, Minecraft, Java, Minecraft. And I had already closed the one I was playing. And I'm like, well, that's a fuck and a half. Oh, God.
Everyone run.
Run away. Pay no attention to the man behind the big giant head.
That face is both accurate and terrifying at the same time.
Why?
I've never
I
been
think
so
he's,
haha yet unsettled.
I've never been so aha. Yeah, what is that from?
I just made that up.
Okay. It sounds like something Ben Stiller would say.
That does track, yeah. Now
I
I'm
don't know why.
now
but
immediately
that sounds like a
Tropic
Ben
Thunder
Stiller
is
thing.
flooding back to my head. How's the adoption going? Not great. I feel like all the good ones are taken.
Oh,
It's so bad. Dude,
I love how somebody was interviewing Robert Downey Jr. and they're like, "Hey, so about Tropic Thunder, you couldn't make that movie now."
oh,
he
it
says,
was when he was
"The
on
fuck are
Joe
you
Rogan's
talking about? We
podcast.
couldn't make that movie then. We just
he
did
goes,
it
"We couldn't make
anyway.
the movie then."
We just did it anyway."
He's like,
But
the
everybody
only reason-
understood it was satire.
Yeah. Well, Jamie Foxx
Right?
said in an interview, they're like, the only reason nobody said anything to Robert Downey Jr. about him being doing blackface is because no one wants to hate on Iron Man. I was like, you know what? That's fair. He got the pass, I guess. Yeah, you couldn't make that movie then, but they did not give a fuck.
No.
It's a
You want
great
to know
movie.
who else?
But holy shit.
The casting contributed to that movie too, though, because who was in it?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Jack Black was in it.
Everyone was in that.
Fucking
Jack Black, Matthew McConaughey is in it. Tom Cruise
Tom
is in
Cruise was in it as
Not
an
looking
executive, I
like
think.
Tom Cruise.
Jay Baruchel is in it.
But yeah, it's like they got enough people together who all went, "Hey, look, we know what we're doing. We know what we're about to step in. We're just going to be real careful and just ride the line as much as we can, and hopefully they don't cancel half of Hollywood."
Fucking Nick Nolte's in this movie. Bill Hader. Nick Nolte. He plays Four-Leaf Tayback. I totally forgot Nick Nolte is in that shit. Steve Coogan, Danny McBride, Bill Hader, Brandon T. Jackson. Yeah, this movie was like loaded. Then there's that like random fake movie trailer that they made that had Tobey Maguire kissing Robert Downey Jr. They were monks. It's so good. Oh shit.
Ben Stiller, welcome JMB. I'm assuming that's
Hi, Jake.
Jake.
Speaking of movies,
If the MB stands for Milton Bradley, I have a couple of things I want you to send me.
Milton Bradley.
Look, you miss every shot you don't take. There's a reason Jordan broke the record for missed shots before he broke the record for made shots.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
That's fair.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Number one at the box office is actually really shocking. Oh god, Dave brought up the face.
Is it not Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
It is not. So number one is Civil War. In its opening weekend made $26 million. Which is hilarious.
What's that about? That feels like a stupid question.
Yeah, it's
I believe it's
fucking...
a war movie. It's historical stuff.
It's not historical. It's like a near future fiction movie about like another civil war in the US, which I'm like, this feels like a really stupid fucking movie to make
was a
right
less
now.
Stupid
but okay.
Question. Well, yeah, I agree, but same.
I saw the trailer once in the theaters.
Kirsten Dunst is in this fucking movie, which is so funny.
Yo, I always forget she exists until I think
when she
Kissing
plays
Upside Down in the Rain.
She played Marie Antoinette in the movie too, which makes it so much funnier.
Dude, hang on. Did you know that there is lots of Hollywood video of the Hulk absolutely railing Spider-Gwen.
You know what? I cannot imagine that doesn't exist.
No. It is in a Hollywood movie.
That also tracks.
Because Mark Ruffalo and Emma Stone are in a movie together. And apparently 75% of the movie is them just going at it.
Oh my god.
I thought that
Anywho,
was funny.
second in the box office is Godzilla and Kong New Empire. Third week in the box office made 16 million last weekend. Number 3, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Fourth week in the box office made 5.8 million. Number 4 is Kung Fu Panda 4. 6 weeks in the box office made 5.5 million. And top 5 rounds out with Dune Part 2. 4.3 million in its 7th week in the box office. That movie has grossed in the US alone $272 million. Also, I just want to point this out.
It's not come out.
I just want to point out that on the top 10 box office list, number 8 is Shrek 2. It made $1.5 million in box office last weekend. I don't know where, but Shrek 2 was somewhere in theaters. And it was in theaters
Oh yeah.
in enough places to make $1.5 million.
Because for some reason they put Shrek 2 and Spider-Man 2 back in theaters. I don't know why.
Is it like a 20-year anniversary thing?
It might be because those are 2004 movies.
Yeah. Which I'm fine with because I
was
here
gonna
for-
say, wait, both those movies came out my senior year of high school.
Yeah. Also, shout out to The First Omen being on the list second week. It's made 15 million in the US in 2 weeks. I'm still excited to see that. I will absolutely be seeing that at some point. We have anything upcoming? Abigail is coming out on Friday, as well as the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which I saw the trailer for and looks really good.
I know nothing about it other than the title, and that sounds fun.
Also, it
has
looks like
Henry
Jesse
Cavill,
Eisenberg.
That's all I know.
It has who?
Henry Cavill.
That sounds less fun. I look, I'm just gonna say it.
You don't like him.
I hate Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
I
but he's
hate
so
him.
pretty to look at.
No. It gets worse.
He's so nice
I hate
to
him
look
for the
at.
pettiest reason ever.
Because he's
I
pretty.
didn't like him in the first Superman movie that he was in that I saw him in forever ago.
Fair.
I didn't like it. I'm like, that's bad. And then they made more Superman movies that I didn't watch. That, in my opinion, knowing what I know about them, are also bad just based on the story they're telling.
Yeah.
And then he didn't shave his mustache for reshoots because of a contractual obligation, even though he also had a contractual obligation to be shaven while filming this other. And I'm like, yo, homie?
Listen, I am not going to sit here and allow any slander on Geralt of Rivia. All right.
I haven't watched that show. You know why? Henry Cavill's in it.
It's really good.
I will not.
I don't fucking
I will
care.
not allow
So
slander.
good.
I will not allow slander against Argyle.
Against Argyle, which I did see. I
Who
did
the
watch
fuck
it
is
last weekend.
Argyle?
It was a
It's
movie.
Argyle is fucking socks, bruh.
No, Argyle is the pattern that the University of North Carolina uses.
No, Argyle is fucking socks, bruh.
I agree, Zach. Although he was great in one of the Mission Impossible movie that he was in. Listen, I don't care. He's hot, and I
Another
will
hot
watch
take,
his.
and I've seen a few of them after. But the last good Mission Impossible movie was fucking 2.
I
Let me
would
see.
very
None
much
of them.
disagree with you, but that is a fair take.
The first one's the best, though. Still,
First one's so good.
it's oh my god, it's like it's iconic. Plus, I had the video game for the Nintendo 64 that tried to stick to the movie, which made it abusively difficult.
Oh, here's a fun movie that's coming out on actually this looks like it came out today. Apparently in theaters. It's called The Hopeful. Aboard a steamship sailing
Jesus.
across the Atlantic Ocean in 1874, widower John Andrews delights the restless minds of his two children with tale of courage, hope, war, and true love that begins with the end of the world.
Oh, so not a Jesus movie.
No, you know what? I'm honestly
No, this
looking for a
sounds more
Jesus
like
movie.
The Princess Bride, but with a different framing device.
Pretty much. Sasquatch Sunset. I'm not familiar with that,
Hang on.
but it's a Jesse Eisenberg film.
I
that's
have
coming
to
out
feel different
Friday.
about how I just said that. Is there a different way to say that?
No, you're pretty accurate.
No. I mean, like grammatically, it felt weird. They did the.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. No,
It's the
Viking. The
title of
difference
the
is
movie.
the Mission Impossible
Fair.
movies are
Okay.
still actually good, and they haven't run out of ideas yet. When they go into space, that's when you know it's time to stop.
Right.
Sometimes
No.
going to space
100%. 100%. They all go to fucking space. The Leprechaun went to space. Jason went to
The
space.
Leprechaun
Freddy
did
went to
go
space.
space.
Aliens started in space. Fast and the
Freddy
Furious
never
went to
didn't go to
space.
space. Freddy
Shrek
didn't go
went
to
to
space.
space, technically.
Shrek didn't go to space. What? Oh, Austin Powers.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Austin Powers did go to space, but I want them to make another Austin Powers because Goldmember was amazing. Cars did go to
Cars
space.
went to space.
Yeah. Did Rocky go to space? No, that's the next movie.
Okay. No. Time out.
Rocky versus fucking.
There is a screenplay under
Ivan
review
Drago
right
Man?
now that I have heard where Rocky is fighting on fucking Mars.
That would be
no
epic.
shit.
I'm in. I am so in. Just because.
I
To
don't
see
know if anybody's actually
67-year-old
seriously looking at
Sylvester
it.
Stallone in a
But I
boxing
saw-
ring, beating
I
someone's
saw a
ass
tweet
on
about it and I'm
Mars.
like, that sounds like something they'd make. And then I kept scrolling.
But you know what though? You can't deny that you would want to see it just because it would be a train wreck.
You want to know how many Rocky movies I've seen?
0.
20% of one.
So the first one's the best, I think. No, that's not true.
It was the
Creed
first
movies
one. I
count?
saw 20% of the first movie, but I cannot get over how Sylvester Stallone talks.
Because he had a stroke.
Right.
That's why he talks the way he talks.
I
He had a
understand.
stroke.
However, that doesn't mean that I have to enjoy it or
No, you don't have
actively
to
participate
enjoy it.
in it happening to me.
Adrian.
Do Creed movies count? Because I've seen all 3 of the Creeds. I've never seen a Rocky
Those are-
movie, though. My
no,
mom
the
has
Creed
seen
movies-
all of them.
The Creed movies are really good. Those are really good.
Okay, so the Creed movies are a spin-off like Frasier. So they're different but
Yes.
related.
Frasier is a
So I've
spin-off,
seen
isn't it?
all-
Yeah, of Cheers.
I always forget about that. I always forget about
The
that.
Colin toss salad and scrambled eggs.
Frasier did Frasier go to space?
Wait, hang on. Now there's part of my head that's telling me that there was something about Kelsey Grammer in space.
Oh, X-Men.
X-Men. Yes.
Yes.
No. Did they go to
Yes,
space?
the ending, the end credit scene of the Marvels.
They're not in space. They're under the fucking X-Mansion.
Are they?
They would have. That's what the underneath of the X-Mansion has looked like since the first Fox X-Men movie.
That's fair. When did Frasier? No, now I'm curious. Is there a movie where Kelsey Grammer went to space?
Hey, sometimes
This is
going to space can be good. I like when Jason went to space.
that movie was
I
solid.
liked when Marvel went to space, but to be fair, they kind of also started in space with Thor. So, you know,
Well, you know what? Fuck you, Zach, because now I'm actually looking to see if he did anything where he went to space.
he's done a bunch of voice acting too. I'm trying to think about voice acting credits. But I
Um,
can't think of what he's done voice acting for now, though I know he's done voice acting.
oh, that's right. He was on the show Medium. That was such a good show.
Did they go to space?
I don't think so. They might have gone to space. There's always a chance. All right, everyone, let us know what's your favorite franchise that went to space.
You know what my favorite franchise that went to space was?
Dude, Call of Duty went to space.
You know what my favorite franchise that went to space was?
What?
Fallout.
Did they go to space?
Mothership Zeta, you get abducted by aliens, bitch.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Amityville Horror went to space at some point.
They did do what the fuck? That's right. That's
I've only
right.
seen
Isn't
the
that about
first
a
one and the
Midwestern
remake.
town?
No, it's about the Amityville Horror is about a killing that happened in Amityville, New York. A dude went crazy and
I don't
killed
know
his
how we
entire
make it to
family.
space.
Right, but so it can't be Amityville if it's in
I know, that's the point.
space.
Hmm. Anywho.
Anyway,
Bree, you have some movie reviews. Because you're
yes,
always at the
and I
movies.
will try. Yes, and I will try to be quick about these. The first Omen, which it's it's such a weird thing because I watched the original one the night before I saw this one, and like you watch a movie with 70s technology and then you watch a prequel with 2024 technology. It was weird. It was an
Well,
interesting experience.
we also can expand on watching The Omen after, once you're done with that, because you and I watched them together. We watched the original and the '06 remake.
God, the original was so boring. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, this movie, it's unfortunate because it came out 2 weeks after Immaculate, which is a horror movie I did a review on a couple weeks ago, starring Sydney Sweeney, and it's basically the same story. And it's unfortunate because that kind of did lower my rating because it's the same movie. But there is a good mix of jump scares and just creepy and imagery. There's one image in this movie that I will not ever get out of my head because oh my god. The acting is really good. The Without spoiling it, if you've seen the original Omen, this movie ends and you think you know how it's going to end because the Omen is supposed to pick up right after. You can definitely tell that the studio went in and said, we want to make more of these movies. Throw this scene in there. And you're like, okay, but that doesn't line up because now we already have what comes after. So what do you mean you're going to make more?
Yeah, that
There is
doesn't
a
make sense.
trigger warning. Yeah, there is a trigger warning for this movie because there is some SA implied imagery. So if you are sensitive to that, it's not explicit, but it is there. But other than that, if you can handle it, it is a very good movie. Um, the next movie is a remake of a movie that I had never heard of, but everybody and their mother and Chris has apparently heard of this movie, and I'm sure Dave has too. It's a remake to a movie called Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
wasn't that a comedy?
Yeah, Christina
Yes.
Applegate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on
Yeah.
based on the title,
Because I remember
would
I was
assume it's
probably,
a
I mean,
horror.
fuck. I was
That movie came out in
probably,
'93.
I was gonna say
91.
I think I
Or
was
91, yeah.
I was young when it came out, but I vaguely remember it.
Yeah, it came out the year before I
And
was
then I
born.
remember watching bits and pieces of it when I got older, and I went, "This isn't supposed to be scary, right?" And my buddy went, "No, I don't think so. If it is, whoever wrote it's stupid."
Yeah,
I
I
have
thought it was a horror based on the title alone, and it was not.
It's not.
No,
I
it's
also saw the
comedy.
trailer for the remake, and I'm
Does it
not
look good?
interested. It looks like
Well,
yeah, it's just I'll let you explain it, Bree.
I literally wrote down in this book a Gen Z 2024 movie. I was amused because I've never seen the original. Prior to this movie, I had never heard of the original, so I was
It's
able
very
to
much
walk
so a
in
90s
and
classic.
just be amused because it's stupid, it's dumb, it's bad. It wasn't bad to me, but it's not a quote unquote good movie.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh, you're allowed to like bad movies and know they're bad. There are all kinds of
yeah,
bad movies that I
and
know are terrible that I love. The Bat Nipple movies.
The Bat
I
Nipple
love
movies are
love
those
Batman
bad.
movies.
and
They're great.
Robin.
They're so bad. They're
But
terrible
they're good.
movies. They are objectively bad, but they're so good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she showed me the
Um,
trailer for this, and I was just like, this is just so completely opposite of what the original was.
yeah, it
See,
has
I don't
Nicole
remember the
Richie in it.
original, but I think I only saw it the one time.
Oh yeah, no, I told her we'll have to watch the original. It's a classic. By the way,
Yeah,
I have
this one.
confirmation that Kelsey Grammer did go to space. He was Harold Attinger in Transformers: Age of Extinction, and he was a bad guy.
Dude, I love when Kelsey
Frasier
Grammer
went to
plays a villain,
space.
though. I love when Kelsey Grammer plays a villain because
But
I like
so
intellectual villains. They're fun.
shit. Where did it go? Oh, but yeah. So if you can walk in with an open mind and know it's going to be dumb and just accept it for what it is, you'll have a good time. But from the words of someone who has seen the original, it is. I believe his exact words were, "Who was this made for, and who finds it funny? Me. I found it hilarious."
Oh my god.
And it is a race swap movie. If you don't want to watch a movie with the cast race swapped, ooh.
Who fucking
Um,
cares?
Yeah, that
Like,
was
like
like the
seriously.
last.
Okay,
Yeah, that was
okay.
like the last
I'm gonna
critique I
say
would have had on
something
it.
to everybody. This is for everybody. I want you to listen up. I'm gonna fix it. For those of you who get upset about stupid shit like that, feel free to see yourself out of my existence. And for those of you who continue for no fucking reason to be like, well, this is this and this is that and this is this and this. Why? Who fucking cares?
Exactly.
Like, dude, I get it. Fucking lots of bad shit happened hundreds of years ago, and then for a while after that. But then it stopped. And I didn't do it. And Chris didn't do it. And Bree didn't do it. Half of Bree didn't do it. But you get what I'm saying? Like,
Oh my god. Yeah.
fuck.
People be stupid.
I'm
yeah, so like I said, if you can go into it with an open mind and not just hold on to the nostalgia of apparently this 90s classic, you can have a good time if you know what you're going into. And then finally, I went to the movies on Monday and saw this movie called Arcadian, which is a horror movie kind of starring kind of Nicolas Cage kind of.
what?
He is the main person on the poster. He is the main person in all of the marketing. He is in this movie for about 10 minutes.
That tracks.
He does a great job for the moments he's in it, and that's about and that yeah. Um it's it's well acted, it's well directed. It just feels like the movie is just starting the entire time.
Oh
It
God, I
kind
hate that. I hate that.
of like it kind of reminded you, Chris, you remember that movie we watched, It Comes at Night, and nothing ever came
Oh
at
my
night?
god, yes.
It kind of feels like that, where the entire movie, and by the end of it, we were like, that's it.
The only thing that came of that was fucking chaos. It was the only
You
thing
know
that
what
came at
comes
night.
at night? Most people.
You know what? Super fair.
Yeah, and then I can never remember his last
I don't.
name. I think it's Jaden Martell, who was Bill in the new It movies. He's in it, and he does a good job. It's just like I said, the movie feels like it's just getting started the entire film, and
That's the
it's
worst.
what, an hour?
Yeah.
Yep, and it's an hour and a half movie, so it's like you don't even have to do all that. Just a quick 90 minutes, and yeah, the entire 90 minutes, you're just like, okay, when's this movie gonna get started? Oh, the credits are rolling. Okay.
So it feels like a movie that should have been an episode, and they left the rest of it off.
Yes.
Okay. I love that for you.
Yeah,
I'm so glad it was you and not me.
yeah,
Truth be
it
told.
was it was well acted and everything looked good. The creature design was a little interesting because you do see the creature. They slowly reveal it to you throughout the movie until finally you see the full thing, but it just
So it's like
and also
Cloverfield.
I was just gonna say that, except Cloverfield was fucking awful and also felt
I,
like it was just starting the whole fucking movie.
I love Cloverfield.
That was the movie I was going to compare the movie she's
Yeah.
talking about to.
I love Cloverfield though.
but the
Dude,
one
I've watched Cloverfield exactly twice because I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's a Fight Club where you hate it the first time and then you watch it again and it makes sense. Nope, it's still bad.
It's yeah, it's
My
well, it's
opinion.
supposed to be a found footage movie that's not really
I
supposed to give much
yeah.
away.
I will
It's
It
like
give
gave
a
it to
Blair Witch.
nothing
this
away.
this
It gave me
movie,
no story,
and
no entertainment,
What's your
no
positive?
anxiety.
and
I didn't even get anxiety out of it, guys.
like I'll
I
say
get
that
anxiety out of deciding
I
which fucking pack of gum to pick at the grocery store checkout line because there's a time pressure.
You feel better?
the, the positive I
A
will
little
give
bit.
this
I
movie
liked that. That was
is
fun for me.
You're cutting Brie off.
I'm so sorry.
the positive I'll give this movie is that I love seeing that Nicolas Cage is becoming once again known as a good actor, where for a while it felt like he was kind of the butt end of a joke because he was in
Well, he
Renfield last year, which he did a great job in, and then he does do a good job for the 10 minutes in this movie.
So, for those
yeah.
of you who want to watch Nicolas Cage in something that might make you feel scared, uncomfortable, or anything at all, apparently, there's a movie he was in forever ago. Trigger warning. It's called 8mm, and it's about him trying to figure out who
Yes.
killed a girl because she got kidnapped and forced to star in a snuff film.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. It's a good movie.
It's a great movie,
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix
but
is in that.
it's rough.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot.
I want to watch a movie where it's 120 minutes of Nicolas Cage laying on a bed because he got injured. Enjoy Arcadian.
That's funny. So it looks like The Last of Us the movie.
Ooh.
That was like the set that I saw, and I was like, interesting.
Yeah,
Although
but not as good.
that's fair.
It's like the whole premise is like they're allowed. It's very a quiet place. That is the comparison I've been getting for this movie.
Okay.
It's very a quiet place, but instead of you can't make any noise, it's like you can be outside, live your life as long as the daylight is up. But as soon as nightfall hits, you got to go inside and you can't come out, or they will
Ah.
come for you.
Oh, is it Aliens?
I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's creatures that like their arms like start like this, and then at one point it extends like this, and then it extends again, and then the finger grows, and it's I don't
So I Am
know.
Legend. That would make sense.
But then its head is
Well,
on
so I think
backwards.
the hint as to what's
Mhm.
going on might be in the name.
Acadian. Are you thinking giant spiders, Dave?
No.
I wasn't sure if you were thinking like maybe it was, you know, something
The root
different.
word of Arcadian or Arcadia is arcane. It's magic. They're fighting
I
magic pan-dimensional sex demons. Which totally
was
explains the weird growing thing, too.
it's
In a more than uncomfortable way.
is this a tentacle porn? I feel like it might be tentacle porn
I
now.
feel like it might now
Did
just
we
be a
just make
tentacle porn.
did we just make a hentai?
It also is very Scooby Doo too, because the creatures are good, but as soon as the sun comes up, they go.
Oh no.
So it's like Gremlins. So feed the
Well, they can
Mogwai
be
after
in.
dark. Don't get
Yo,
them wet.
okay,
Don't feed them after midnight.
no. You get the Mogwai wet, and then you capture all but one of them, and you keep one of them in a little capsule. Maybe ball shaped, red and white, possibly. Got everything they need to survive in there. You just tuck that bitch away for later, and then you take all of the other ones, and you wait till 12:01, and then you feed them, and as they all start eating, you release the bottom of the cage, and they drop into this arena. And one of them gets to leave, and there's an assortment of weapons.
This feels like Battle Planet mixed with Pokemon mixed with Fight Club mixed with
Yes.
Gladiator?
Yep. You're welcome.
Okay. The Gremlins 6.
I know I'm a
Total
genius.
meltdown.
Call me. No,
Speaking of
no.
movies that would be bad.
It's the Gremlins Mad Max crossover. Duh. Thunderdome's got nothing on this.
Maximum Overdrive 2. I've still come up with the best idea ever. And Dave, if you remember in your stream, the question of the day that you had, to which I asked what movie would be great as a musical. Can I share with the class of my response?
Oh,
I'm
you should, because I'm
scared.
not gonna.
Yeah, I said Schindler's List the musical.
My guess was gonna be the boy in the striped pajamas, and close
It's
enough.
really the same movie.
Close enough.
It's pretty. Yeah, I don't even know what the hell I was thinking at that point, but it was just.
You
As
know what
long
movie I
long
would
they
love to
recast
see as a
Liam Neeson.
musical?
Not Cats.
Hairspray.
Is Hairspray not already a musical?
Well, it is, but I'd like to put actual music in it instead of whatever the fuck is in Hairspray to begin with.
Oh, you had me at like, I was like, wait a second. Anywho.
Because, like, imagine Hairspray as a rock opera.
Not what it is. I've never seen Hairspray, to be fair.
Done by
I don't
Coheed
like
and Cambria.
musicals. That would be wild. Anyway,
Right?
Bree, do you have any other movie
Only because
reviews?
only because it's number 2 on the list. I don't think I got. I don't think we streamed the week I saw it. Was I'll do a quick one for Godzilla X Kong. If you like MonsterVerse movies, you'll enjoy this one. The humans suck, but the giant CGI fighting creatures is awesome. My theater started cheering.
The
That's
humans
because your
always
theater
suck.
was full of
The
cool
theaters
people.
always cheer. Look, this is the thing with monster movies. It's been this way since I was a kid. The people always fucking suck. Why do you think there was a band that wrote a song called Get to the Fucking Monkey about Peter Jackson's King Kong because there wasn't enough monkey in it. Nobody wants to see the people.
It was a
We want to see the
3-hour
fucking
movie
monkey.
that involved way less King Kong. It's
Right?
a great movie,
So, like,
but there
yes,
needs to be way more
it's-
King Kong.
You want to know what Godzilla movie I think is bad? None of them, because they all have a big fucking atomic fire-breathing
I don't
lizard in
know.
them.
Godzilla 2000
they're
was pretty
all-
bad.
Godzilla what?
Godzilla 2000 was pretty bad.
Nope, it was great. You know why? Giant fire-breathing reptile.
That's fair.
If it has
I
a
got-
giant
I don't-
fire-breathing reptile, I'm in. Movie called Reign of Fire has dragons in it. Same idea. There are
That's a
dragons
good
in that
movie.
movie. And it's a real good
McConaughey,
movie.
Christian Bale. That's a good movie.
Exception 2000's Dungeons and Dragons, which is
It was
not
real
good.
bad.
And
bad.
doesn't even really have a dragon in it. So
To be fair, the new Dungeons
at least
and
it
Dragons
doesn't have
movie
a
doesn't
giant
have a
fire-breathing
dragon.
reptile. There is a dragon in it, but it's not big enough to fall into that same class. But
Just
yeah,
two more
I
things,
love
and then
sorry, go
two
ahead.
more things, and then I'll move on. I'll say that the only human character which you don't even really get attached to, but he's entertaining while he's on screen, is Brian Tyree Henry's character. Which, if you don't know the name, he's Phastos in Eternals. He's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
He's in a bunch of stuff.
Right.
And then the other thing is that it bugged me so much that Godzilla is doing side quests this entire movie. He has to be forced into the main plot.
I love that.
King
No.
Kong movie With
As
Godzilla
a
as the side chick.
as so first, correct. The Matthew Broderick Godzilla did not breathe atomic fire. It shot fucking lasers out of its mouth, which is just as cool. And it had a really badass cartoon.
Oh, the cartoon was sick. They made a game.
cartoon
and
was
everything.
so
I remember the
good.
Game Boy game. That cartoon was
So
fucking
like,
awesome.
dude, all of the shit surrounding it, like the movie was okay. All of the shit surrounding it, fucking S tier, right? That was an S tier cartoon. Like,
yeah.
and
It didn't
and they
last long, but
always
it was
put the
great.
S tiers. Like, if you get out of school at 3:30, the S tier cartoon starts at fucking 3:30, man. So you're fucking fuck the bus. I can run home faster. I ain't missing Godzilla the new ones today. And you run home from school, not because the bullies are chasing you this time, but because you got shit to do.
You know, it sounds like Dave and I have experienced a lot of trauma in our lives, and we use less than normal to like just like our therapy session. We have a lot of repressed memories that come up in the show.
Oh, but no, yeah, Godzilla show was great.
Oh, it was so
Oh,
good.
so good.
Continue, Bree. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying that. Yeah, Godzilla literally has to be, because King Kong is in it plenty, and also looked poof. And then I would die for. I've heard people call him Diddy Kong. I'd die for baby King Kong. That I loved the little monkey. But yeah, Godzilla's doing side quests the entire movie, and he finally joins the main plot in the last 10 minutes, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
No. I love that he's
Your
doing
name is
side
first
quests
in the title.
because as an avid player of the Fallout and Elder Scrolls games, I
do
was
a lot of
over
side
100
quests.
hours into Fallout 4 before I remembered I had a fucking kid I was supposed to be looking for. You'd think that would have been more important and stuck with me as a father, but
But
the redhead with the boobies told me about a gun. So I want to go play with the shiny new gun that shoots
it's
zappy
shiny, and I
boys.
like shiny.
I like shiny. And then this motherfucker gave me a minigun and a fucking robot I get to ride around in fucking sight of. You know how sick that is? That's fucking dope. Do you want to live inside a robot? I do too. That sounds amazing. Fucking neighbor won't be taking your parking spot anymore when you throw his car on his roof.
Hey, you know what else is awesome? What else is fucking awesome? We had an announcement for Sonic 3. We had an announcement of a
Yo,
character.
I haven't seen the second
And
one yet.
Keanu Reeves is going to be voicing Shadow in Sonic 3.
No, don't bring Shadow. Shadow ruined the franchise for me.
I'm so excited. Because that means you
And
have
we'll be
Idris
getting-
Elba and Keanu Reeves.
We'll be getting Knuckles at the end of this month.
Yes, I know. I'm excited. It's a mini series that'll be on Paramount Plus. Knuckles, dude, hyped.
I haven't
So
seen the
hyped.
second movie yet. Is it any good?
Yes, it is just as good as the first one.
Okay, good. Because I haven't watched it because I've been worried about, like, it's so once you start including additional characters, it's so easy to make it, like, to venture into that weird fan service territory, and there's some weird Sonic shit, and
Yeah,
I don't know
Well,
much
dude, we
about the
can-
Sonic expand. I used to read the Sonic the Hedgehog comics, and I still don't know much about the expanded universe, because when I read the Sonic the Hedgehog comics, there was Sonic, Tails, Robotnik, and some weird dog dude who he bought chili dogs from. And Woody the Woodpecker
Yeah.
showed up every once in a while
And,
because they were
like-
published by the same fucking company.
the,
Archie
like fucking
Comics.
8 million animated series that they had. No, so
I
love
also
Sonic
watched the
Movies
one from the
now.
from the early 90s,
it's yeah,
which was
the
just
one from the early
Sonic,
90s.
sometimes Tails, Robotnik,
Yeah.
and the dude he bought chili dogs from, and occasionally Woody the Woodpecker showed up because they were both done by Hanna-Barbera. It's
That's
weird
true.
how those two kept winding up in the same fucking spot in the same comics because they were published by Archie Comics, in the same cartoons because they were both done by Hanna-Barbera.
It's too bad Woody Woodpecker never made it into any of the games. Yeah, no, I mean we can even
Dude.
watch that. We can even watch Sonic 2 after stream, Dave, if you want. Like,
I already
Yeah, I
committed
haven't even
to
seen
continuing to
one.
work on the Church of the Cult of Dave,
fair.
which is called the Brotherhood of the Fallen Lord. Would you
Oh,
like to
God.
join the Brotherhood? Speaking of
Anywho.
joining the Brotherhood,
No, this is. I promise we're not starting a cult, nor did we convert to Scientology. Oh God.
What's next on the show?
Fallout.
I was
came
trying to
out on-
transition to it. Speaking of the Brotherhood,
Okay, well, you got to continue. You can't just pause like that and let us try to figure it out. Ah. Yes, Fallout was released on Amazon Prime. I have not fully watched it, but Dave has
twice.
twice. So, the floor is yours.
Okay. First off, spoiler-free review. Whether you are a longtime fan of the franchise or completely new to it, but are an enjoyer of adventure, storytelling, and struggling to survive in a dystopian universe where sometimes bad shit just happens, and you're okay with people exploding, because sometimes people just fucking explode, this is a nearly perfect show. There's not so much fan service that it just feels like, ugh, Halo. There's not.
Yeah.
Look, this succeeds everywhere Halo failed. Basically.
Which is everywhere.
People who know the lore are happy with it. People who don't know the lore are happy with it. People who are new to the franchise like it. No, it was for a lot of reasons.
They could have done that show better.
But no, one of the concerns with shows like this is I think part of the reason is there wasn't enough thought of the fans that went into Halo. So they could have gone too far the other direction.
Yeah.
I think was the concern with Fallout. But no, it's real nice. It's apparently canon, according to Todd Howard. Zach
Okay.
and I'll go more into depth about its canonicity and whether and what that means for the greater universe. Friday. But no, it's fucking watch it. Just watch it. The first 2 episodes. You have to watch the first 2 episodes. Because the first episode kind of ends in a spot where you're like, the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Because they have to explain a bunch of shit for the people who know nothing about the universe. But they also have to do it in a way that is interesting for people who do know about the universe. So, their point at explaining what a vault is and how it works is explaining why these vaults are different. Or why this vault is, like, what makes this vault different? What sets it apart, right? They're trying to contrast information with what people who already know things know, while providing all of the information to someone new to keep it fresh and interesting, which is a really good way to do it. But it does mean for a kind of chewy first episode, as far as the information you have to absorb. The casting is phenomenal. Walton Goggins is hands down MVP of season 1. He does a really good job embodying his whole character. Those of you who've seen episodes 1 and 2 know what I mean by that. And as his story progresses, it's not so much character growth that we're seeing, but we're seeing the character growth across the span of the 2 hymns that we see. Because for those of you, super minor spoiler, because you'll find out in like the first 5 minutes, Walton Goggins plays the ghoul, but it also shows some of his pre-war life. And it does a really good job of kind of filling in the in-between spots in like, how did you go from this to that sort of thing. It's satisfying. It's satisfying to watch. The casting was all good. I hated the kid that played Maximus through the first 2 episodes, and then I'm like, no, I'm here for it. This kid's all right. Yeah. It's good. Go watch it.
Okay, cool. Loki kind of hot. Yeah, I
So,
need to.
okay.
I need to dive in.
It's everything you would want it to be, basically. Like, that's... Ugh. I'm trying to figure out how to say more without giving shit away.
That's
yes,
fair.
Bree.
Oh, I was gonna wait for you to be done because I was gonna say, speaking of TV show, well, no, video games turned into TV shows. I'm blanking on the name right now, but the Anthony Mackie one got renewed for season 2.
Oh, Twisted Metal.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
it.
it's because it was
I forgot
awesome.
to include it. I forgot to include it on my list of shit.
I didn't watch it because I forgot it happened.
Yeah, it's real good.
Because, like...
I think.
So, in interviews, Anthony Mackie seems really cocky. I think a lot of that's a persona, right? Because, like, you can also see in some interviews when he gets surprised by stuff, he seems less cocky. Like, when somebody does something nice for him, right? But, I really like what he brings to the screen because he has a, especially as, and through Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you really got to see him bring that kind of, like, he is the front man and the showman, and he can step in and be the same kind of pillar that Chris Evans was as Cap, or Robert Downey Jr. was as Iron Man.
Daddy.
Right? And I love to see him in other shit Because it's not, oh, that's Falcon or, oh, that's Anthony Mackie. It's, oh, he's doing a really good job here, too. Because he kind of brings that same energy every fucking where, which must be exhausting.
Yeah.
Because he's just always, like, on, you know? I need to watch that.
I realized that I haven't played as much of the games as I've wanted to. I think that's just a time thing. So I think I may end up going back and trying to play as many of them as I can.
I think I have one of the Twisted Metal games for PlayStation 2.
Twisted Metal is amazing.
Oh, and a PlayStation 2. I also have that critical part.
Yeah, that's, you know. I remember
Although,
playing
to
the
be
first one.
fair, I'm pretty sure I could run the ISO right off the disc with my Blu-ray player and just emulate it on my PC if I wanted to stream it.
There's a chance that might work.
If it will work, that'd be easier than trying to fucking set up my PS2 on a fucking capture card. Jesus. That sounds like dicks.
For real.
Hey, what's up, Sin?
But yeah. Go watch Fallout. Bree, you mentioned a couple of new movies that were announced.
Yeah, a bunch of new movies got announced randomly on the same day within like an hour of each other. So I'm like, did some kind of event happen where these were announced? There's no trailer, there's no casting for any of them. It's all just the titles.
Okay.
I saw there's a new SpongeBob movie that's coming out. I don't remember what it's called, but if you would like to know, look it up because I don't remember. There's a new scary movie, which I don't know how they're going to do now because I think the first 3 scary movies are good. I don't know what they're going to do now because the things they did in the first 3 are not. Oh, yeah, there's 5 of them.
I was going to say, is this 5 or 6?
This would be 6.
And they're going to space.
I didn't watch.
They're going to space, probably. It's probably like Gravity or fucking Alien that they're making fun of.
Because the scary movie franchise always makes fun of whatever the newest trend in horror movies is. So the first one was Scream, and I Know What You Did Last Summer. The second one was The Haunting and a couple of other things. The third one was The Ring.
The fourth one was War of the Worlds.
And Saw.
And so bad.
That's right. The first scene is Shaq and fucking Dr. Phil.
And that movie is so bad.
So bad, but I love that one. For some reason, it's my favorite. It's so bad, but I love it.
It's so bad.
I hope the Wayans and Anna Faris and Regina King are back, or Regina Hall are back involved. If they are not, this movie's gonna.
It's gonna suck.
And then
you can't Gen Z this movie.
Actually, you can. No. Time out. You can.
Well, I know. I know.
It requires a very specific.
I'm not saying you physically
and it
can't.
works.
You can, but you shouldn't.
But
make
it requires
a
very specific casting.
And it's a scary movie film, so it's probably not going to be a very specific.
First thing you do, you replace the Wayans with the Sprouse twins.
Ruined already.
Oh my god!
I'm kidding.
I love the Sprouse twins, but no,
I'm kidding.
Zach and Cody should not ever replace the Wayans brothers in those movies.
You replace them with the Olsen twins.
Are either of them still
alive?
But
the Olsen twins playing the Wayans brothers characters from White Chicks.
Jesus. Anywho,
the last movie that got announced was a live-action rated R Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I believe it's called TMNT: The Last Ronin, which I believe is based on.
I can tell you why they all came out within an hour of each other.
Are they all Paramount?
Why?
Because they're all Paramount. Or Nickelodeon, which is owned by Paramount.
Yeah.
Because 2 of them are just Nickelodeon.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a live action
pretty much.
rated R TMNT.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Nickelodeon was
I've been
included in
waiting for this. Teenage Mutant Ninja... Okay, so here, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles might still be but at one point was a Marvel comic. In
It
the
was.
time when Marvel was, like, exploding people and gory
Well,
and
Star
bloody
Wars
and
was
shit.
too, to be fair.
Uh-huh. And, so, like, yeah, there are comic panels of Donatello just cutting a foot soldier in half.
Correct.
Like that shit happened. It didn't happen as often as, like, you know, in a comic with fucking Wolverine in it,
It's just slicing people in half.
who cuts people in half on the reg still. Um, he never stopped. That's kind of all he's got, actually. It's sad.
It's realistically all
Thoughts
he's
and
got.
prayers for Wolverine. My man Logan, he's got it bad. I don't know what's up with me today, guys.
Dude, I don't know.
But yeah, no, I'm excited. I want to hear Raph say fuck. I want to hear Raph say fuck, and I want to hear Mikey say pussy.
Or hear Mikey say pussy. Well, depending on the casting, you might get that. Although apparently the newest animated one was amazing.
You know what? I hope
never got to
Samuel
see
L.
it.
Jackson plays Raph, and he says fuck. A
This
lot.
motherfucker.
This motherfucker. Who the fuck let Samuel L. Jackson play Raphael? That motherfucker, apparently.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, the animated one was incredible.
yeah, I haven't seen it. I need to see it. I do,
haven't
however, want to.
seen... Yeah.
I want to pick your brain, Bree, about going back to watching The Omen. So this obviously The Omen is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. You and I watched the original and the 2006 remake back to back.
Are you talking about the original or the remake? Please be saying that your favorite is the remake.
Oh, it is, without question. It's so much better.
I will be right back. While I'm gone, please enjoy my head.
Phrasing, boom. Inappropriate.
Because if you meant the original, I was gonna be I'm so sorry because I definitely did just shit on that movie the entire time we watched it, the original.
The original is pretty rough. Like, it's a classic, but it's pretty rough. It's
like so boring.
It was. So like the thing with the Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I feel that way about almost all 70s horror, like Black Christmas, fucking the Exorcist is boring when Pazuzu's not on screen, when it's not Reagan getting thrown around. It's great. Everything else is boring. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is boring. I respect it for giving us slashers, but I hate watching the movie. I like Halloween and I like Carrie. Those are about the only 70s horror that I actually enjoy. Jaws, I know is a great film, and Chris said it's a slow burn, and it's meant to be that way. It's just not a movie I love watching.
That's fair. I love Jaws, but it is a slow burn on purpose. It is supposed to be built up to. Think about who directed it.
I would say props to Steven Spielberg, because I think, if I remember correctly, he made that movie when he was like 27.
Yeah, that movie, and it's one of the most iconic ever. It's like when they're shot for shot, but they're not shot for shot like identical films. Because the 2006 version of The Omen has a lot of backstory up front. They trimmed out all of the stupid shit and added filler that is like story-driven filler. They hired people who could actually act. Oh, the kid is way creepier. I told you immediately you were going to hate him.
That kid needed to be put down because that kid was terrifying. The original one, because like in the original one, they make it like in the remake, it is very clear that that is a devil child. In the remake, they don't show. In the original, like they don't show him doing anything bad. Like
Yeah,
you can assume that he did something
he
bad,
has an
but it
innocent
doesn't show it.
look. Yeah,
In the
whereas
remake, no, that is a devil
he
child.
looks
Pushed his
evil as
mom off the
shit.
mountain.
Yeah, he looks evil as shit. The little bastard. I mean, you bring in the likes of Julia Stiles and Liev Schreiber, who are both great actors. Like,
And actually had chemistry and felt like they were married.
oh my god, it was so bad. Like, everyone was so stiff in the '80s movies. They were just like, yes, yes, I love you. This is, oh, you're fine. Don't worry, you're whatever. It was so bad. I
Like
was
that's
like,
how it
Jesus
felt. Like they're
Christ.
laying in bed and they're both like, we don't want to really touch each other, but like we have to because we're getting paid.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was pretty rough. But like so many people shit on the '06 remake and I'm like, why? It's a better movie.
Because they hail the original as a classic.
And it is a classic, but it's also okay that a remake is better sometimes.
Like, yes, there are plenty of horror remakes that I fucking hate because I love the original so much. But there's other things in these remakes that I'm like, unforgivable. I hate you. The
The Carrie
Nightmare on Elm
remake
Street remake.
is oh, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake was terrible.
They did something in that movie. They confirmed something that was always subtext that was never said out loud. And I hated it from the jump.
It's fair. Um the
The Child's Play remake. The
yep.
design of the
No,
doll ruined that one.
I don't think I hate it. I just feel so differently about that one.
I don't hate
The
it. I just wish it wasn't a Child's Play movie. It didn't need to
Evil
be
Dead
one. And the
remake
design of
is
the
way
doll.
better than the original Evil Dead film.
That movie is
Hands down.
awesome.
It's
It's
so
so bloody
good.
and it's
It's so good. It's so Sam Raimi. I love that Sam Raimi directed a remake of his own film, which is the most Sam Raimi
well,
thing ever.
I believe he was involved as like an executive producer, but he wasn't the director. I believe the director was Fede Alvarez, who's doing that new Alien
That's
movie.
right. Yes. Yeah, I do like the new Carrie remake as well. Chloe Grace Moretz was awesome.
But everybody says she's too cute to play. Like nobody would have bullied her. She's too cute to play Carrie. I'm like, okay, but Sissy Spacek is gorgeous. So what do you mean?
Yeah, I know.
Because that's always the complaint people have with the Carrie remake is Chloe Grace Moretz is too pretty to play Carrie. She's too cute. And I'm like, okay, but Sissy Spacek wasn't ugly. And they're like, well, she
Yeah.
doesn't play awkward well. I'm like, yes, she does. She plays awkward extremely well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was great. The fucking Poltergeist remake was terrible.
I've never seen either Poltergeist. I know there's a terrifying clown doll, and I know that movie is considered one of the the most cursed horror films of all time because of things that happen outside of the movie.
Yeah, I've seen that movie like 100
All
times. It's a
right.
classic.
In an endeavor to contribute something to the conversation, 16 Candles. And also, after much deliberation, we've decided that we don't like the term executioner. It will now be replaced with murder princess.
You know what? I'm on board for that. I'm on board for that. Also, shout out to speaking of awesome 80s movies, shout out to The Breakfast.
Right?
I've seen that movie
Well, because
once.
Carrie came out in the
and
80s, right?
Carrie came out in the
70s.
70s.
Well, whenever anybody mentions Carrie, it makes me think of 16 Candles and
Because
Idle
there
Hands.
was a fucking random ass sequel in the 80s that wasn't any good.
Ah.
The Rage Carrie 2. And then there's a remake, a TV remake in the
In the
2000s
90s. Oh yeah, it was 2000s.
that
It was
is
bad.
based more solely on the books.
Yes. The Pet Cemetery
And they
remake was amazing, but that's also based way more on the books than
I've never
the original.
seen any Pet Cemetery movie, but my understanding is pets
It's dark as fuck.
come back from the dead as zombie pets?
Among other things,
Children.
children too tend to also be a thing that comes back from the dead. It's
Fun.
it's
Heard it's
very
a really-
Stephen King. It's dark.
I've heard it's
It's-
a really dark and that hard watch if you're a parent. If you are a
Yeah.
parent, it is a very devastating watch.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is I should probably rethink my gingerbread men.
Maybe.
Sure.
Maybe. But yeah,
In
no,
the
that's,
Willy Wonka but fucked up game I'm planning,
yes. Yes.
yeah, I might want to rethink the gingerbread men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and so like Stephen King is obviously known for just his writing, but like Pet Sematary kind of pushed a lot of boundaries for him.
Didn't he write the screenplay for the original? I know he didn't direct it, but I think he wrote
Yeah.
the script for it.
He did.
And makes a cameo as a priest.
He makes a cameo
pastor
in
something.
almost all of his movies he's in. I believe.
Because I know he's
Yeah,
in
because
It
at the beginning of
Chapter
The Shining,
2.
he's the last guest to check out, isn't he?
He is.
He's in The Shining. He's in It Chapter 2. He's in Pet Cemetery. He's in Maximum Overdrive. He's in.
Yep.
Is he in Misery?
He is in Misery.
You know, okay. You know what movies I don't think get enough love?
What?
And I'm gonna kind of go out on a limb here. Death Proof and Planet Terror.
Oh, classics. Ah,
Is Planet
I talk about
Terror
Death Proof
Machine Gun
so
Leg?
much. Yep, that's Planet Terror.
That's the only thing I
Planet
know
Terror
about
is
Planet Terror
is sexy charmed lady with machine gun leg. Yes.
Yeah. Death Proof is Kurt Russell basically
Kurt Russell, but
in-
scary.
Yeah. Yeah. What are those on? I feel like I need to watch those. Because the fun thing about those is they came out in theaters together.
They did as the Grindhouse.
Yeah, as the Grindhouse double feature.
Mm-hmm. And if you bought a ticket for one of them, you got to watch both.
Is
And it was
Fergie
fabulous.
also
It was
in
Robert
Fergie's-
Rodriguez and
Quentin Tarantino.
was it Tarantino that did Death
Mhm.
Proof?
Yeah, he did Death Proof.
And
let's see.
then who
Rose
did
McGowan,
Machete? That was Rodriguez as well,
that was
wasn't
Robert
it?
Rodriguez. Josh Brolin is in Death Proof, or not Death Proof. He's in Planet Terror. Fergie is in fucking
Is it-
Planet Terror.
Isn't Danny Trejo in one of them?
Danny Trejo is
in
the star of
Machete.
Machete. He's also in From Dusk Till Dawn, which is another
He
really
is
good
in From
Robert
Dusk Till
Rodriguez
Dawn.
movie. That Quentin Tarantino is one of the main people in.
Yes.
And has a foot fetish.
Yes.
Of course, because it's
Look.
Quentin Tarantino. And George Clooney.
Dude, his tattoo in that movie is so
From
badass.
Dusk Till Dawn is so good.
It's such a good movie.
And
The
Selma
sequels are
Hayek.
good too,
Yeah.
which
I
I
just
think were
recently
written
watched the original.
together by Rodriguez and Tarantino. I think the sequels were co-written
No,
by
he
the
didn't.
two of them,
He
weren't
didn't. Oh, he was written. Yeah, I was gonna say Tarantino didn't direct any of those. Robert Rodriguez.
they? No, but I
directed
think they were co-written by Tarantino.
all. Yes.
I think he got a co-writer credit. I don't know how much actual writing he did, but he was probably one of the idea people that Robert Rodriguez bounced shit off of because him and Tarantino are best friends.
He also got writing credits for the TV series From Dusk Till Dawn.
I never saw that. Was that any good?
I didn't see it.
Because I know the Blade TV show was fucking awful.
Yup.
I have it on DVD. Okay. To be fair, I only have it on DVD because it came with the Blade trilogy when I bought it. And the Blade trilogy was in the $5 bin, while Blade Trinity was next to it by itself for $8.
I love Blade Trinity. People shit
I
on it.
love all the Blade
It's my
movies.
favorite one.
the
Because it has
Trinity's
Ryan Reynolds and Triple H, and it's so stupid.
it's so stupid. Okay, I think the second one's really good too. It's the weakest of them, but I still think it's really well written.
Yeah.
The problem is it's very story driven instead of action driven. And that's why it's the least of the three for most people.
Right.
The consensus I get is that everybody loves the first one. Most people's favorite is the second one, and then they hate the third one. That's the
Really?
general consensus.
That is
Yeah.
different from when they came out.
Yeah. my
But
Yeah,
favorite
like, if
time
you
tends to
look up
change people's
reviews
opinions
for
about
them-
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you look at people's reviews for them, it's like Blade is up here, Blade 2 is up here,
The
Blade 2 is
writing,
up
okay,
here, and then, yeah.
by every other metric, Blade 2 is not as good. But the writing for Blade 2 was superior to the other two in meaningful ways. Because they had a complex villain.
Yeah.
And stories are always better when the villain is complex. Because if the villain is one-dimensional, Dracula in the third one, or the Blood God in the first one? The Cult of the Blood God,
haven't
I
seen these
guess?
movies since I was young. I need to rewatch them.
We should just have like a movie day where, and if you guys want, we can do content about it where we can watch like we can watch the Blade trilogy, and after each movie we do a little 15-30 minute like podcast just kind of talking about it.
That'll be fun.
And we could do that as short form content.
And then we could do
As-
all of our other chaos with movie stuff. With it
Right.
seemed like a
Well,
good idea
because
at the time, which should be coming back some point
I
soon.
really want Bree's opinion on the writing in Blade 2, though, because you want to be a writer. B, I really value your opinion on how things are written, especially in cinema, because you understand the space better than I do. You know what I mean? Like you are more like in tune with the cinema space than I am. As a whole, because like I have my little niches that I fall into and I love and whatever. But like on a broad scale, I like adventure movies and superhero movies and like weird action flicks, right? I like sci-fi and I like fantasy, and I don't really go for much else. So like I am like, I still have those rose-colored glasses on, I guess, because I'm still looking at it from the perspective of a fan of the property. And it's hard to separate myself from that, since that's one of my earliest things that made me fall in love with, like, superhero comic movies, was the Blade movies. Everybody else loved X-Men. I kept wanting them to make more Blade movies, or put Blade in the X-Men, because they were
first,
both Marvel.
Blade did come
X-Men.
first.
Because X-Men was 2000, Blade was what, 99?
98? 99?
98.
98.
Because I think I was in 5th grade when it came out, and it was so cool. Because it was a vampire, but he wasn't a bad guy, because he murdered other vampires to death. And I remember I saw that, and I think that and Fifth Element came out the same year, and I'm like, these are the same movie, but different, and they're so good. And that's kind of what, and the Fifth Element, and I didn't know this until much later, is also based on a graphic novel, apparently.
Yeah.
So.
Surprise.
But it's so good. And Bruce Willis had hair, and it looks weird, man. He's supposed to be bald. He had hair in The
Sixth Sense, and I
Yeah, he didn't have, he stopped having hair in the 2000s. Because he had hair in Die Hard. All the Die Hard.
He did have hair in Die Hard.
Yep, and by the time Unbreakable came around, he didn't have hair.
Yeah, no, he stopped having hair halfway through.
Okay, Unbreakable was fucking life-changing for me. It
I
was
don't think
like,
I've ever seen it.
oh, dude, okay.
I saw
So like everybody
Split
gives
and
M.
then
Night
saw
Shyamalan
Unbreakable.
shit, right? Me
Well, I
included,
mean,
because he deserves it. But
it's
that
real easy to
being
give
said,
shit.
like when you're watching Unbreakable and you don't know who M. Night Shyamalan is, and you don't know that that's his thing, right? And you're watching Unbreakable, and then you get to the ending, and it's like, yo, what the
With
fuck?
Samuel L. Jackson.
And it's so good. It's so
And then you get
masterfully done.
and then you get to Glass, and I don't know what happened.
I haven't seen Glass. I haven't seen Split. Apparently, Split is also in that universe.
Yeah,
I love Split. I didn't know because it's a reveal at the end of the movie that's in that universe, but I
Mhm.
hadn't seen Unbreakable by that point, so I was confused. So then I went and watched Unbreakable before Glass came out. Loved Split, loved Unbreakable, and then Glass just it's M Night Shyamalan. It's modern M Night Shyamalan.
Which is you know what I mean about the ending of Unbreakable then, because it's just one of those things where it's just it is a masterclass on how to do that kind of reveal.
yeah,
And then he beat it to fucking death.
which tracks. That's typical M. Night Shyamalan.
I will
Is he?
defend some of his movies, and then some of his movies I'm just like, yeah, that's bad.
I will willingly defend 3 of his movies.
Of the ones I've seen, because there's a lot I haven't seen. Like I haven't seen The Village, but I've seen, let's see, The Visit I loved.
I didn't like it.
Split I loved.
I haven't seen.
The Sixth Sense obviously is a
Yeah,
classic for a
Okay,
reason.
so I
Um,
saw The Sixth
Old was
Sense, but I
awful.
didn't like it because I called it immediately because I spend a lot of time looking at things that aren't important.
that's fair.
I already knew the plot twist, the reveal by that
Well,
point that I saw
right,
it
but
because
like
that's
the
kind of just
movie came out
pop culture
before
knowledge.
you were, yeah.
It's
So
90s.
that tracks.
Yeah.
I saw it shortly after it came out, so I was probably
I was
10
like 7.
the first time I saw
So
it. Um,
I was
I
in
might have been a little
college by
older
the
than
time
that.
I saw it, so it's only been like 4 years since I saw
only
it.
the only
But
Shyamalan
yeah,
movie
and then I saw it, and
I
is it the
haven't seen
opening
it.
scene or the second scene where you see, is his name Danny? No,
His patient?
the blonde kid.
Oh, the kid. I don't remember his name. I just know it's Joel Osment.
Right. Anyway, it's because Danny is the kid's name from The Shining. But no, it's him talking to fucking Bruce Willis's character. And he's just talking to him. And none of the adults even acknowledge that there's another adult in the room at all.
Yeah.
In a way that is unsettling if you notice it.
Mm.
Yeah, I think the opening
And I
scene of
noticed
the
it
movie
almost
him.
immediately and went, what the fuck happened to Stranger Danger? Like, because I was, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I
relative.
think
I don't know
the
how
opening
fucking
scene
old I
of the
was.
movie
It was a long fucking time ago,
He gets
guys.
shot.
Danny Wahlberg breaks into his apartment, his patient, and shoots him. But then, the
Yeah.
next scene is you see him alive, so you just assume he made it.
Assume he's fine. The only
Right.
And
movies
then, yeah,
I'll defend is The Sixth Sense, Signs. Believe it or not, I did enjoy The Village. Lady in the Water I thought was good, and The Happening was weird, but I thought it actually was a solid movie.
is that the Mark Wahlberg one that
Yeah, with
everybody
Joey
shits
Deschanel.
on?
I didn't
So
hate it. I thought it was decent.
movies I've
A
seen
lot of
of
people,
his, movies that I've actively watched of his are The Sixth Sense, Signs, and Unbreakable.
Okay.
Signs made me sad. I liked not Signs. Sixth Sense made me sad. I liked Signs and Unbreakable. Movies that I've passed kind of passively, like they've been on while other shit has been going on. Like we were playing D&D and it was on in the background for The Village, etc. Shit like that. But there was The Village and there was one other one that I don't know what it was, but it was I don't know. None of it made sense. Like, I didn't see enough of it to get enough of what was happening to even be able to describe what the other movie I saw was.
That's fair.
I was gonna say,
But The Village was weird and bad and made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then his
From
most
what I
recent
saw
two,
of
I've
it.
seen both of his most recent two, because there was Old, which
Knock
was
at the Cabin.
awful, and then Knock at the Cabin wasn't bad. It just kind of
Wait.
ends, and you're just like, that's it.
Apparently
Who
he
did
has
the
a new
number
one coming out in August.
23?
I don't remember, but that movie was fucking wild.
Was that M. Night Shyamalan? Because that also
No.
feels like a masterclass in how to write a twist ending.
Directed by Joel Schumacher.
Written by?
Batman and Robin?
Good question.
I
Fernley
liked Batman and
Phillips.
Robin. It's a terrible
I do
movie, but I
too.
liked Batman and
It's
Robin.
so bad.
What the fuck did you
It's
say
the
the
first
name was that
Batman
wrote
movie
it?
Fernley something Phillips. Fernley Phillips.
Do they have any other
That
writing
name
credits?
sounds familiar.
I can't even click on their name.
Oh no.
And to say Joel Schumacher, yes, Batman and Robin, Batman Forever. Yeah, he's directed a lot of really good movies. Phone Booth.
No.
Didn't he also do Good Will Hunting?
Clarification, Batman and Robin and Batman.
No.
Batman Forever
Batman Forever.
is objectively a good movie because it was
It's not as fun.
exactly what they asked for.
Yeah.
And then they said, okay, feel free to dial it up and put your zhuzh on it.
Speaking of, he also directed 8mm.
Yeah.
As well as St. Elmo's Fire, The Lost Boys.
Yeah, no, oh dude,
Time to Kill.
the fucking Lost Boys.
Phone Booth.
Talk about, dude, the last line in The Lost Boys is my favorite ending line in all of cinema.
I just watched that movie recently. Why can I not remember? Well, recently was 2 months ago, so.
What, Lost Boys?
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland?
I can't remember what.
Yeah.
I know. I can't remember what the last line in the movie is.
Only problem with San Paladina, all the damn vampires. And it's the last line in the movie, and you find out Grandpa knew the whole time there were fucking vampires, and all they had to do was ask Grandpa for help.
Yeah. Oh my god. Dude, it's such
I feel like, why didn't you help? And he's like,
movie.
didn't I?
Right?
Yeah.
It was, oh my god. It was that whole thing. Speaking of twist endings, that whole thing isn't really a twist. It's just a thing that's like, hey, by the way, you ask for help, dumbass.
Yeah, you could have taken 5 seconds.
Like, that is a secret public service announcement. That it's okay to ask the older generation for help.
Yeah, no, he's definitely directed some really good movies.
Oh, there was a sequel to The Lost Boys, though, if I remember correctly, and it was...
There's 2 sequels. I think there's 2 sequels. And I think they're both bad. I think one went to theaters, and I think one's direct-to-video.
Okay, so my headcanon is Flatliners, the first one with Kiefer Sutherland, is the prequel to Lost Boys, and he liked being dead so much that he moved to California and figured out how to become a vampire.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I haven't seen anything but the first one.
I haven't either, but I've heard real bad things.
I
Like,
All I know
believe,
is
if I remember, by the time you get to the third one, I think the only person that's in it that's in the first one is Corey Feldman, but I might be wrong.
that's because Corey Feldman had nothing left of a career after that.
yeah, Haim left him
Corey-
behind.
Corey Feldman fucking shot himself in the foot.
Because no, Haim hadn't passed by then. Because I was like, did Haim already die by that point? But
No.
I think he was still alive.
No, he was doing rails with Chris Farley then.
Who ironically is also dead.
Died from the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do drugs.
Unless they're free.
If they're free, definitely don't do them.
Yeah, don't. If they're free, definitely don't do them.
Unless they're like from the pharmacist and like you have insurance.
Then, yes, take those free
Those
drugs.
free
before your
drugs are
next
probably fine. Or like
If it's a
if
man
your
on the
dad
street,
wants to smoke
no.
weed with you, that's probably okay.
Yeah,
You ever smoke with your
So-
dad, Chris?
I did. Yeah, actually, a couple times.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
No, it was actually pretty dope.
Dad.
dope.
My dad's
what is-
passed me that
I
shit.
don't understand. I don't
No,
understand
Bree,
that word.
Bree,
What?
Bree. Do you? If you need to ask someone dad things, feel free to ask me. That's the only way I could think to phrase that didn't sound weird. It still sounds
That
a little weird, but at
Yeah,
least
but it
not
seems
in
more
the
heartfelt.
ways that I was trying to avoid.
It's definitely more heartfelt, more wholesome. All I know is I have to pee, so let me go do that, and then we jump into segments.
Okay.
A noose?
What?
Music.
A noose?
No, Anus.
A noose.
Right in the Anus. All right, I will
Keep
be
it
right
for
back.
my
Entertain the masses.
I will do my best. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. How are you doing? I'm your host, Dave. And today, we're going
And
to
I'm
venture
here
into the
too.
land. And Bree, I'm sorry. I thought I saw you take your earbud out. I assumed you were also going
No.
to make pee-pee. You were just adjusting it. I apologize. We are your hosts, Dave.
And Bree.
Thank you for the yes and. Like, I'm over here laying up fucking like soft pitch basically grounders. And this
there's
girl's
me.
over here like, oh, that's a ball. He just watches it go by. She could be slamming this shit out of the park. You threw up.
Oh no, poor Zach.
Aw, little buddy.
Not good.
Don't throw up. Are you
Was it
okay?
Dave? Dave make you throw up? I'll see my way that way. Ow.
So,
That didn't work.
listening back to everything that happened while I was in the bathroom is 100% why I host the show. Leaving Dave the reins with the chat while I'm gone is the equivalent of letting your 5-year-old drive your car. You just don't know what's going to happen.
No. But big recommend because it's an adventure every time, and we could all use something a little unexpected.
It's like what movie? There was one movie. He goes, God, I was 6 years old. Dad had me drive. Yeah, it was a good lesson. He said, no, you better steer. You're gonna kill the whole family. I was like, yep. Well, that's fair. I forget what movie it was from. I just know it was Jimmy Fallon was in it. But
Okay.
yeah, I was like, yeah, that tracks.
Night at the Roxbury.
Taxi, I think. Which, speaking of
Oh,
movies that
the
were pretty
remake
bad,
of Taxi.
yeah, the one with Queen Latifah. Fucking Giselle was in that movie too.
Taxi
Pre-marrying Tom
Driver.
Brady.
You're talking about Taxi Driver,
No,
where she has
I'm
the
not talking about
superpower
Taxi
taxi.
Driver. No, that's the fucking Robert De Niro movie is Taxi Driver. The
When Martin
superhero
Scorsese
taxi movie
I
directed,
had
is
those
Taxi.
backwards in my head,
Yeah.
as you were.
Yeah. Anywho. Songs of the week, Dave. I assume yours hasn't changed.
if he
Nope,
remembers.
it's Chub Humpin'. No,
When
Tub
I want to
Thumpin'
get
by
Daewoo on my
Nope,
hands, yes.
it's Ludo by Love Me. It's my pick for song of the week is Love Me Dead by Ludo.
There we go. We got there together. It was a roller coaster, but
I don't want to get Daewoo on my hands.
yeah, that's a line in that movie. It's brilliant. Queen Latifah.
Oh my god. I had an ex try to get me to buy a Daewoo.
But no
I
one
looked
in
at
the
her
right
and I'm
mind
like,
should ever buy a Daewoo.
no. And she's like, but it's a foreign car, and foreign cars are great. And I'm like, no.
Daewoo is
Italian
the
cars
exception.
are great. German cars are great. Some Korean cars are okay. Other than that, if it's not made in Detroit, I don't fucking want it.
Which is pretty much everything, because there's nothing actually. There are no real like plants in Detroit anymore that are their mainstay for cars. The only like main housing plant for any sort of car manufacturer is almost all of Toyota's cars are made in Kentucky. Anyway,
And I think Teslas are made in California.
yeah, that's about it.
But most of the parts that go into Tesla are also made in California, so that kind of makes sense.
That's fair, yeah. That tracks.
They got all them space age materials, like plastic. Okay, so I want to explain something. When somebody says space age materials, the space age that they are referring to is the 1970s. Polyester is a space age material. Remember that.
Hey Dave, you want to talk about your song of the week?
Yeah, it's Love Me Dead by Ludo. It's fun, it's a little chaotic, and it's funny. Love me cancerously, like a salt sore soaked in the sea. High maintenance means you're a gluttonous queen, narcissistic and mean. Kill me romantically. Fill my soul with vomit, then ask me for a piece of gum. Bitter and dumb, you're my sugar plum. You're hideous and sexy. It's such a bipolar fucking song.
It sounds
it's great.
very bipolar.
Have you never heard it?
I probably have.
Oh my god,
I have.
it's so good.
Yeah, I imagine I've heard it. In case you guys haven't figured out,
the chorus
my
goes,
role
and I won't
here on
sing
the
it.
show is to keep everything on the tracks, or try to at least. I am the
won't
adult
sing
in
it.
the room.
But to give you an idea, Chris, the chorus goes, she moves through moonbeams slowly. She knows just how to hold me. And when her edges
I have
soften,
heard the song.
her body is my coffin. I know she
I have heard the
drains
song.
me slowly. She wears me down to holes in bed. There must be a sign on my head that says, oh, love me dead. Love me dead. Wow! I love that song.
I could tell. Dave got really excited.
It's so good.
Great.
It's so good.
Mine, usually it's Dave that picks the meme songs, but this week I said, fuck it. we can all blame Show Me a Noob for this. If
Hashtag
you've
blame
ever
noob
heard
in
of the
chat.
if you ever heard of the YouTube channel Epic Rap Battles of History, this is not that, but it's the same thing, just made by a different dude, and it's Jinx from Arcane versus Junko and Ashima from Danganronpa, and I love it so
Okay.
much. It goes so
Okay.
hard for no fucking reason, and it's animated like somebody went through and drew everything, and it's incredible.
You know what?
That's sick.
I'm fucking here for it. And B, most of the back catalog of Epic Rap Battles of History is animated by someone on YouTube. So if you want to watch them all turned into cartoons, you can usually find them. And most other, like, I'm sure if yours wasn't already animated, it's the kind of shit that animators love because it's characters that they already fucking know.
Dude, Epic Rap Battles of History is like
Oh,
a staple of fucking
okay.
YouTube
Okay.
lore. Like,
I'm
Do
calling
they
an
count
audible.
as a music?
I'm
Do
calling
they
an
count as
can,
a
audible.
musician of the week?
yes.
I'm calling a fucking audible.
Okay.
We're changing Musician of the Week.
Oh, is that so? Because I like our musician of the week this week.
We can do them next week.
That's fair.
Because I think Bree was wondering the same thing. And I'm going to say yes. And I'm calling an audible.
I was wondering if they could be at some point, if Epic Rap Battles counts, because it's YouTube, but they are on Spotify, so I'm counting it.
I don't care if they're just on YouTube. Lots of people who are really popular right now are really popular right
Started
now
on
because they
YouTube.
had a presence on YouTube and TikTok first.
Also, we haven't even remotely mentioned the song that Smosh did with fucking Baby No Money called Submissive and
I
Breedable.
thought
That was fire
you
as
were gonna
shit.
do it.
I
I
didn't
thought you were gonna do it.
exactly, Zach. I didn't. Okay, so I didn't watch it.
Oh, God. It's so fucking good.
I've heard good things. I
Dave doesn't
stopped
like Anthony.
watching Smosh stuff. Well, I stopped watching Smosh stuff with Anthony in it, so less Smosh stuff comes across my recommended.
He's rarely in stuff now. He's
So
really
I
only
just
main
never
channel.
saw it. I've noticed that I've started getting bored AF things pop back up again.
Yeah. Well, today was the first, or yesterday when they released their newest Smosh Pit video, was the first official mention of Courtney and Shane being a couple. So I was like,
Not
oh,
even
all
just a
right, yeah,
couple. Married.
married, yeah,
Not just
like
a
Okay,
straight
couple.
up.
okay. I want to talk about it. I want to look. We're gonna spill some tea. We're gonna gossip a little bit because I know that at least you, Chris, know who I'm talking about when I say Jordan Marin.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Jordan Marin has been making content with a woman named Kara Corvus. That's her handle. I don't know that that's her name. Who cares? Who's another lovely creator here on Twitch, and I think she has YouTube stuff as well. But
She does,
she's
yeah.
Twitch primary.
Yeah.
As far as I know. And they've been doing stuff together for a while, and people always joked about how they were a couple and this and that and everything else because they just have really good chemistry.
Yeah.
And then a few months ago they moved in together.
Yes.
Allegedly, and I'm saying allegedly for a reason, and we'll get there because I've noticed something recently that I'm like, that seems out of character. Allegedly, they're not couples. They're just good friends and roommates and splitting whatever. Cool. Fine.
Yeah.
But I've been watching the SDMP. And on more than one occasion, has Kara just walked into his office and interrupted him while he was working.
Yeah.
And he was fine with it. And anybody who's been watching Cap for any amount of time knows he's high-strung as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That would piss me off.
Right. Yeah, he never liked being interrupted.
She does it all the time.
Yeah.
Thing 2 that I noticed. She not only interrupted him to say something to him, she was watching him and interrupted him to say something to the other person who was also streaming through his microphone and shoved her head in his headset to talk to this other dude. And I'm like, they're a fucking couple.
Oh yeah.
Because
Well,
if
that's
they
been-
weren't, if they weren't, he would be losing his fucking mind.
Yeah. Well, I definitely once we round out the music segment, I do want to talk about the whole Courtney and Shane thing again, because that's like go like deeper, because that's like that was a big fucking thing that happened that we
That's-
just never really got a chance to talk about.
Right?
And
Fair.
we were like, all holy shit. Yeah, I'm curious to I did watch the video that you sent of the song of the week, Bree. I haven't listened to it recently. Like, you sent it a couple weeks ago.
That's fine. I was just wondering if you had listened to it so that somebody would know what I was talking about.
Yeah, no, I did actually listen to it, but it's really solid. Mine
If it wasn't
is
so good.
yeah.
If it wasn't so good, I'd be like, y'all are just copying epic rap battles, but it's actually genuinely really good.
Oh yeah. Mine is a
No,
song that
I'm here
should
for
make
people
a lot
copying
of sense for
epic
me
rap
being
battles.
my
We got
age.
Weird Al because he was inspired by Dr. Demento.
Yeah.
Art is imitation. Period.
Yes.
There is nothing new under the sun. Right?
No.
So if you like something and you want to variate on that and go create yourself, fucking do it. And if
Exactly.
somebody
Look at
tells
us.
you you
That's what we
can't,
did. Fuck 'em.
fucking piss on them.
No, don't piss on them. That's
Whip
that's how
out
R.
your
Kelly got
wham
in
wham or
trouble.
your zuzu.
Bad advice, Dave. Bad advice. Real
Piss
bad
on 'em.
advice. Just that's how R. Kelly got in trouble.
Metaphorically.
There you go. Yeah, metaphorically. That's a better
Metaphorically.
shout.
Whip out your metaphorical wham wham or zuzu and metaphorically piss all over them.
I know. We're gonna have to make sure that gets stricken from the YouTube version.
Why?
We don't want no R. Kelly shit. My song of the week
No.
is
R. Kelly was a piss thing.
yeah.
You said you didn't want any R. Kelly shit.
Oh my god. Anywho, my song of the week is one that should make sense for everyone who knows me around my age. It's "Change in the House of Flies" by Deftones. I love Deftones. They're a great band. R. Kelly was a piss thing. R. Kelly was a lot of things. Piss was one of them. But dude, this song was kind of everywhere in the 2000s.
What song?
It was "Change" by Deftones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the song was everywhere. I believe it was also on the soundtrack for Queen of the Damned, which had
never
such
saw
a
it.
fucking fire soundtrack.
I think
Up
I
there
owned
with-
the soundtrack for both that and House of a Thousand Corpses, but I never saw either movie.
House of a Thousand Corpses was insane because a lot of it was Rob
A lot of it was what?
Zombie.
Oh, yeah.
I would put Queen of the Damned, the soundtrack, definitely top 10. It's still not better than the Tron Legacy soundtrack. Zach, back me up on that one. But no, dude, Change. Deftones is a band that was so popular in the 2000s. They were very much so that bridge between, see, Zach, it's, they were that like bridge between new metal into what is modern, a lot of modern metal sounds.
Right.
And dude, they kill it. So if you ever have interest in going to watch old 2000s music videos, not many bands did it better than Deftones. All their music videos are rhyme, like top tier. But
The Gorillaz also.
oh yeah. Well, they're essentially an animated band
Yeah.
with one dude. And
Yeah, and
occasionally
it's so
Del the
good.
Funky Homo Sapien came to chill.
Right. Like with Clint Eastwood, which is
One
yeah,
of the
it's
best
their
fucking
most played
songs ever
track,
made.
and it's for a reason. It is one of the greatest songs of all time, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, Clint Eastwood and
Um,
Feel Good Inc. are two
I
iconic
look,
songs.
we're gonna take an aside, and I'm gonna ask both of you a question.
Okay.
What is and we don't have to go real deep here, but what is your favorite movie soundtrack as released of all time? And as released is important.
As in the original scoring or like the music from the movie?
No, as in like a format you could buy it in. So like
Oh,
for instance, there is a Lord of the Rings trilogy soundtrack that is for the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy.
yeah.
So that as a whole would count.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah.
Like
So
mine
like
is the
collection stuff.
Matrix trilogy soundtrack.
Okay.
Is probably because it's just got so much good shit on it.
Yeah, mine is easily Tron Legacy, and a very, very, very close second is probably Black Panther.
Fair.
Black Panther would also probably be number 2
Yeah.
for me. Number 1 is because I am a child that refuses to grow up. My number 1 favorite track is The Little Mermaid.
Hey, you want to know what my number 2 is? Because my number 1 is respectable, I feel like.
Yeah.
My number 2 is the soundtrack from The Little Shop of Horrors featuring Rick Moranis and Steve Martin.
Okay. Again,
Black
still
Panther
never
would be
seen it,
number
but
3.
What?
Suicide Squad would be number 2. Black Panther would
dude,
be number
okay.
3.
I'm sleeping on the first Suicide Squad soundtrack because holy shit, the movie was terrible, but the soundtrack was awesome.
Okay,
It
but
gave
I
us
would
Rick
like to
Ross's
I would like to
Skrillex.
argue that the movie was terrible, but in a way that is still fun.
Yeah, no.
I don't even think the movie
all
was terrible.
all I know is that soundtrack gave me Rick Ross and Skrillex, and that was the combination I never thought I'd get, but I got, and it was awesome.
Don't forget you got Logic on the soundtrack.
Logic was on a soundtrack with like everybody.
Imagine
Logic.
Dragons.
Your microphone
Wiz
cut out for me.
Khalifa.
I think it was actually my earbud. I heard Lost Dick.
No, Logic.
Right, but I heard Lost Dick, and that's why I went.
You know,
Like I feel
DJ
like I
Lost
made a
Dick.
face.
DJ, that's my new DJ name, DJ Lost Dick. I'm gonna open up for DJ Swagless.
Yo, it's DJ Swagless coming in with the hot fire.
Oh, if we ever did an LTN fucking like party, we would have to DJ, and I would absolutely put together the most killer set.
Dude,
And I would know nothing.
I'll wear my Iron
I'd be
Man
standing
helmet
in
and
the
make
corner like
terrible
this.
fucking jokes all night.
Yes.
I'll put LEDs in it.
Anyway, Bree, I'm excited about this music corner.
Okay, so typically my music corner is like pop or rap or country because those are my genres. This music corner is going to be a step outside of my comfort zone because I know why I like this band, but at the same time it doesn't make any sense because I don't listen to anything else in this genre. Where's the thing? There it is.
No, it
If
really
it'll
doesn't
load.
make sense. You're right.
Okay. So my music corner this week is Ice Nine Kills, which I believe is considered a heavy metal band.
They are a metal band.
Okay,
Spencer
yeah, metal.
screams and they have breakdowns. They are metal. Have you never heard of Ice Nine Kills, Dave?
No, but I
Oh,
know
dude.
okay. Time out. Their name might be a deep cut to a fucking is their name a deep cut to an old Vin Diesel movie?
I don't know.
I don't know because
Because
originally their
Ice
name was Ice
9
Nine, and then they added the kills.
Oh.
Their band name is delivered from the fictional substance Ice Nine from the 1963 novel Cat's Cradle.
Okay, yep, which is the same thing that's referenced in Triple X.
There's a good chance.
No, it is. It is specifically the same reference.
Okay.
So Iceman Kills was formed all the way back in the year I was born, in the year 2000, by Spencer Charnas and Jeremy Schwartz, originally as a pop punk band. If you listen to any of their old music, sounds nothing like what they do now. It's
Very true.
weird. They recorded their first demo in 2002, which wasn't released until 2009. It was titled Pop Punk Ska Years. They finally released an album in 2006 titled Last Chance to Make Amends. Ever since then, they have released 3 EPs and 6 full-length studio albums. In 2018, while they were on the Warped Tour, they released their probably most best-selling album and most well-known album, The Silver Scream. It sold 19,000 copies were sold in the first week, and it featured 13 songs, all inspired by horror movies, examples being A Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Halloween, The Crow, etc. In 2021, they announced the follow-up album to The Silver Scream titled, well, Welcome to Horrorwood, having each
Love this
song
fucking
being
album.
released on the 9th of every month leading up to the album's release. This album also featured songs inspired by horror movies, including Child's Play, American Psycho, Pet Cemetery, Psycho, and a bunch of others. Fun fact, they have worked with many horror icons, either on songs or in music videos. Bill Moseley, who is probably most famous for either Chop Top and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, or he plays Otis in House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, that trilogy. Um, there, I believe he's the drummer, or I can't remember what but they have Dan Sugarman, who I believe is the drummer. He is the nephew of an actor from Friday the 13th. They have Scott Taylor Compton in a few music videos, who's in the Halloween remake, Joe Bob Briggs, Ricky Dean Logan, and a YouTube channel by the name of Dead Meat, which I love. This is their merch. And they are featured in a bunch of their music videos as well. And yeah, this is very different from my usual taste. I found them through Dead Meat, and I at first was like, not my sound. And then I listened to it and I said, it's inspired by horror movies. I need this in my life.
Yeah, my song of the week up until earlier when I changed it was Hip to Be Scared by Ice Nine Kills featuring Jacoby Shaddix from Papa Roach, which is a fucking amazing
Which
song.
isn't
Inspired by
inspired
American
by
Psycho.
American Psycho.
Yeah, I love Ice Nine Kills. They're such a great band.
And
They're
I
right up
ruin
my
my
alley.
voice anytime I try to sing along.
Yeah, Spencer's got a pretty high pitched voice.
Like I try to sing along to Thank God It's Friday, and I just can't do it. Especially when he's just like,
Friday.
Oh, when he's
Wait,
screaming.
no, that's the other one.
yeah, it's just Jimmy, mama, and I can't do it.
Yeah, no, I love Ice Nine Kills. Dave. But how are you now?
I desire the end, a touch of Armageddon. This world encased in flames, bodies lie beneath fallen kingdoms. Sorry, that's a Zao line.
Anywho.
Today we're talking about Heart. We're going to go not really completely the other direction, because Heart was actually
It's pretty
inspired
much
by...
opposite, though.
Well, right, but
They
only
wouldn't
because of
tour
time.
together. I don't think they would have toured together, Dave. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think they would have toured at all together.
Well, no. But Heart was inspired by the rock and the metal music of the time to make their own music. One of
I do
their,
love Heart.
arguably their most popular song, Barracuda, it only hit number 11.
These
The
Dreams was another one that was really popular.
so a little known fact, Barracuda, about the song Barracuda. The song's lyrics were written by an infuriated Ann Wilson in her hotel room after a reporter had suggested that the sisters, because her younger sister Nancy Wilson played guitar in Heart, were lesbian lovers. Which puts Barracuda in a whole new context.
Mm-hmm. This is like White Stripe shit.
Yeah. But no, they were like, yeah, they were a good rock band, but Ann Wilson's
Pretty.
metal as fuck. Like that I've been trying to, because I remember when I was growing up, I listened to a lot of these not just old like classic rock bands, and everybody thinks of like Led Zeppelin and REO Speedwagon and Leonard Skinner and Pink Floyd and etc etc etc. But there were a lot of badass women then too, and there always have been, but I've been trying to give them some representation, because listening to that shit when I was younger is part of the reason why I love Hailstorm.
I love Hailstorm
now, right?
Goddamn, do I love Hailstorm.
Why I love like Flyleaf, and why I love fucking Evanescence.
Yeah, but Amy Lee's kind of an asshole.
Well, yeah, but John Lennon was kind of a lot of things that we're not going to get into. So,
Fair.
Right?
It's fair.
Which of those things is worse, by the way? The John Lennon things that we're not going to talk about, or the being kind of an asshole?
Bit of both.
Bit of both.
Well, if you can talk about one and
you can't even say the other,
that's the worst. That's the worst.
Exactly. That is that a Brad Williams bit?
It's a John Mulaney bit.
John Mulaney bit.
Right.
Okay, because Brad Williams has a similar joke. Brad Williams is a
little person.
And now I'm stuck at a point where, do I use the word that he prefers to be called, or do I use the politically correct word?
Probably the second one.
Little person.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad Williams is a little person. He's a stand-up comedian. He's fucking hilarious.
He's so funny.
He's
Holy
so fucking
shit,
funny.
Dude. He's so funny.
But he has a joke about the same thing. Oh, right, because John was about him writing it for a script, and Brad's is about somebody coming up to him after his show complaining. He's like, full-size person mad at me because I used the M word. And they said to me, if you're going to say, and I'm not going to say it, the M word, because Chris told me I couldn't, otherwise I wouldn't care.
Yeah, no, definitely don't.
But the person said, you can't say the M word. That's as bad as saying the N word. But they said one of those words, and they did not say the other one of those words.
Yeah.
And he pointed out the same thing.
It's just, I can't even say it because it's not the politically correct, but it's when he's running across the stage and he's just like, M-word, M-word, M-word.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
When he talks about taking a ride in a helicopter in the Middle East with the troops. Went over to Afghanistan to perform in the troops, and then he did a ride along in the helicopter. It's like, I love that bit. That shit's so funny.
Well, and I think he talked about it at one point. Part of the training for that was they had to teach him how to get hooked onto the other guy in case they had to jump out of the helicopter.
Yeah.
And he talks about feeling like a fucking toddler in a papoose.
Yeah.
With his legs just kicking at the guy's waist.
Oh, dude.
And I'm like,
Brad Williams.
Yeah, no, that's what that would feel like, though.
Yeah. Well, that's terrific.
Brad
Williams
is our comedian of the week.
Yeah.
It's
We're
not a
just gonna
segment
add
we
new
usually
segments.
do. We're doing
We're
it this
doing it
week.
today.
He's our comedian of the week because he's fucking hilarious. Go check him out. Actually, I think
Speaking
he
of-
just had a new special come out recently,
think
didn't he?
so. To the internet. Let's see. No. No, he hasn't done one in a couple years. He's still
Maybe they
hilarious,
just
though.
recommended it to me then. I remember seeing it on, I think, Netflix, where they're like, comedy special, and I'm like, that guy's hilarious. I'll have to watch that later.
Dude, he's so good. He's so good.
Oh.
Speaking of people that are hilarious, our musician of the week is someone who we all know in the YouTube space as Nice Peter. Creator of Epic Rap Battles of History, creator of so many things, including one of my favorite YouTube songs, which is Nom 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 Babies.
Yes.
I love that one. Sweet little lobster
Yes.
babies.
I forgot that was Nice Peter.
That's Nice Peter. Oh, he has like 3 different channels. He's ended up on like the Billboard Top 100, which is insane. Epic Rap Battles of History, which ran for what? It's still technically running. It's been going since 2010.
I think it's
Yeah.
Yeah, they still-
7th season.
They still release stuff on it intermittently. It's not the powerhouse it once was, where they released a new thing. It felt like almost every, 3 weeks or so?
Oh yeah.
Like, it was almost, but less than a month, it felt like.
Yeah.
My
Wasn't it Hitler versus Darth Vader? Was one of
name
them?
is Adolf Hitler, commander of the Third Reich. Little known fact, also dope on the mic. You're Vader, with your little boots and cape and helmet to cover up that burnt-ass face. You have the Force to move objects. I'm a Force truly evil. Even went back in time and turned you back in the prequel. Look at you. You're not even a real person. I preferred you in
forgot-
Spaceballs, the Rick Moranis version.
You know, fucking season 2 has Rhett and Link doing the fucking Wright brothers.
Uh-huh.
I forgot about that. They did Artists. Oh my god, Jordan Peele
Artists
was involved.
Artists versus TMNT is my favorite one. It's
Oh my
so
god,
good. And it's because of
yes.
Rhett and
Keegan-
Link and then Ian and Anthony.
Oh my god, yes. That's right. They've had so
God, and
many
then
people.
Okay.
T-Pain.
You want to know what my
Yes,
favorite is?
T-Pain.
They got Weird Al.
You want to know what my
Oh,
absolute
Josh.
favorite one is?
What?
Which one?
Stephen Hawking versus Albert Einstein.
Oh my god.
Oh my
yes.
god.
I feel like I
It's
need to go
so
back
good.
and watch.
Oh, it's so good.
And then
It's so
Abe
good.
Lincoln versus
love-
Sarah Palin versus Lady Gaga.
Did you
I
say
love
Lincoln
the
versus
Adam
Chuck
versus
Norris?
Eve one.
Yes.
Okay.
Genghis
Bad
Khan
but good
versus the
movie.
Easter
Abraham
Bunny?
Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I said it. Carry
Well,
on.
Lincoln itself is a great movie. Dr. Seuss versus Shakespeare. Hitler versus Vader 2.
I love the Adam versus Eve one, but I know a lot of people don't. But I adore that one because it's just Jenna Marbles.
It's
Jenna
fun.
Marbles. Babe Ruth versus
Okay.
Larry. Mozart versus Skrillex.
Okay, hang on. So the opening line, Albert Einstein's opening line is, "When I apply my battle theory, minds are relatively blown. So take a seat, Steve." Oh, I see you brought your own. Stephen Hawking's opening line is, "You've got no idea what you're messing with here, boy. I got 12-inch rims on my chair. That's how I roll, y'all. You like someone glued a mustache on a troll doll. I'll be stretching out the rhyme like gravity stretches time when you try out your little pea brain against this kind of mind."
Ash
He goes on
Ketchum
to say
versus
he's the
Charles
best and
Darwin.
the Snoop Dogg of science. And
Yeah.
he'll be dropping mad apples on his head from the shoulders of giants. Which Einstein immediately says,
What?
I'm the giant whose shoulders you'd have stood on if you could stand. I'm going to give you a brief history of pain with the back of my hand. And I'm like, oh my, Einstein, like, Hawking is like casually poking. And Einstein goes so fucking hard in the paint.
How did I not know that they did Tony Hawk versus Wayne Gretzky?
Wait, what? Okay,
Yeah.
we have to watch this.
Wonder Woman versus Stevie Wonder, which has T-Pain as Stevie Wonder and Lily Singh playing Wonder Woman.
I love
Elon
that.
Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg.
I just tried to type Tony Hawk versus Adolf Hitler, which is an entirely different. That is when you expected Call of Duty World at War, but you got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Yes.
It's Tony Hawk versus Adolf Hitler.
Oh my god, the Joker versus Pennywise.
That
Oh,
one,
what's
I
the-
thought
who's
was
Tony
fun.
Hawk versus?
Skywalker?
Gretzky.
Yes. Henry Ford versus Karl Marx.
That one's fun.
What?
Have y'all heard the Freddy Krueger versus Wolverine one? It is
No.
so good.
I feel
All
like I
right.
need to binge these later.
Oh, no, I know what I'm turning on when I decide I'm going to go to bed later tonight. But
Epic Rap
now is
Battles of
not that
History?
time. Oh, fuck yeah. Y'all ready for this shit?
Yes.
Tony Hawk versus Wayne Gretzky, because none of us have seen this before, right?
No, and
I
two of
have.
my like idols, but
Right. No, right. And I love
literally
Tony
two
Hawk.
of my favorite fucking
And
people.
I'm kind of excited to see Wayne Gretzky just pull Tony Hawk's shirt over his head and beat him with a fucking hockey stick.
Dude, that
I
man.
can't remember who won this one or who I think won this one. I don't remember.
All right, let's go.
I can skate better than this church boy turd can. Not cash money, it's just Wayne versus Birdman. You got your whole league to protect and adore you, so which goon's gonna take this battle for you? Ooh, I'm the dude who blew up extreme sports. That nose looks like you've seen some extreme snorts. I mean, look at that thing. That slope is gigantic. Even I wouldn't fly off a ramp that Titanic. All the ice underneath you will get melted into water. When I hit you with a trick that's even hotter than your daughter. You're old and you're basic, your talent is fading. Oiler alert, you're about to get traded. I drop rhymes like I'm dropping into a half pipe. A brass's ass white pitcher like a hash pipe. Keep your mittens on, Gretzky, you're too clean. I got this covered like gravy on poutine.
That verse was rough. Damn, Tony. So let me smooth it out like I'm a damn Zamboni. I'm the greatest ever when I play hockey, but on the microphone I don't play hockey. It's a street fight. T-Hawk, show some respect. If you don't, then you'll catch a slap shot to the deck. And I take a flyer down, bird, you're getting wrecked. So you best prepare for a lateral and cross check. Hey, let me tell you what putting a puck in the net's worth. Double what you banked in bucks. Check my net worth. And my hot wife, the only woman in the world for when you're on your fourth wife. Talk about the X Games. There was one big trick that you ever did that you got outspun by a 12-year-old kid. Oh, you like finger flips? How about one of these? Sit on this and rotate 900 degrees.
Great one, Wayne. Let me say something, Wayne. I got 99 problems and you ate one, Wayne. You catch a pop, shove it to the mullet if you tempt me. Friends are like my swimming pools, bruh. Empty.
Let's skip the kick flips and neck twists. You'll be speechless after 3 periods like an ellipsis. This goofy-footed geek straight getting smoked. Got you down on your D-pad. Sorry about the
Hey,
details.
you should hit the buzzer cause it's time to change lines. You put that joke in the top shelf, it ain't right. This ain't typical sports. I used to triple boards while you prance around in 4-pound icy diaper shorts. I try to watch you on TV, but I can't see the bug. Hockey used to have guts, but now the team's mighty suck. I tell kids around the world that there's nothing they can't do. Put more souls into skating than tomatoes.
Tyler, let's talk about athletic achievements. You and I have so many world records between us. 184. That's plenty of them. And I've set 183 of them. Undisputed, unrefuted. GOAT. You've been going downhill since Pro Skater 3. And I'm too far ahead for you to catch up. For true sports fans, this was finished as soon as they heard the matchup.
Yeah, bro. I love how much research they did on that shit. Because there was a 12-year-old kid from Brazil that did do a 1080. Tony Hawk Wayne Gretzky did get traded.
Did he set 184 record?
No, he said
Together, yeah.
183.
Wayne Gretzky has
173. That's what it was.
Wayne Gretzky has a total of 60 different records in the NHL. Actually, I think that number's lower now because of Ovechkin and Crosby. If you guys watch the Pucked Up podcast, we have all this information.
It's true.
Yeah. Dave's been on it, and Dave will be making another appearance at some point in the coming episodes.
Dave has to find time to sit down and dig through hockey stats. But I'm working on it. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, last year I called the Stanley Cup playoffs to the
you
game.
called Stanley Cup Finals exactly how it went. Exactly how it went.
And so they want to see if I can do it again. So I'll be kind of eyeballing some of the teams through the playoffs, and I'll give Chris my finals prediction before the finals.
And none of us are going to watch it. We're going to wait until after the Stanley Cup Finals are over.
That way they can enjoy them.
Yeah.
Because last year, every game, they just got more and more pissed off. And I got all three of them fucking swearing at me in my inbox every time there was a fucking game. And it was fabulous, might I add.
Yeah, it was really irritating. I mean, I was happy with the outcome, but I was really pissed off. I'm played my whole life and knows the sport better than probably most things. This motherfucker calls 5 games exactly how they went, and I was like, really? Who are you? I was so pissed.
Look, I'm just saying, if I do it again this year, next year we're betting.
Next year, yeah.
Fair. If I
Yeah.
call 5 for 5 again this year, we are betting on the Stanley Cup Finals
absolutely
next
betting on the
year.
Stanley Cup Finals next year. Yeah.
Because at that
my
point, I
God.
feel like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, fuck, I'm gonna go crawl in a hole and die.
Facts.
Because, fuck, man. And also, I should probably start running numbers and betting, doing sports betting for a living.
Definitely, maybe, but also probably not a good idea.
So I'm not going to do it. Chris, can I tell you a little secret? I've also done that with 4 World Series.
That tracks. Was one of them the Cubs?
A football playoff season. No, but it was the first time the Red Sox won in our lifetime.
2004?
Yeah. I was senior in high school.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was extra credit for a math class.
Oh, all right. I was like, Dave, that's still gambling wasn't legal.
No, it was statistics stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean,
and
no one
they're
expected
like, find a
happened.
practical application of statistics in the modern world. And I'm like, well, sports betting. It's one of the most common uses of statistics in the modern world is sports betting.
Yeah.
So I called the World Series and I placed fake bets based on the over and unders, which I had access to. We're not going to talk about it. And a buddy of mine's dad was a bookie. It's fine.
Was. Keyword is was.
He's dead now.
Can't
cancer.
Exactly be a bookie when you're
not
dead.
Because he was a bookie. Cancer.
Okay.
He got it from the bullet that was lodged in his. No, I'm kidding.
No, it was just lead poisoning. I've been shot. Holy shit, 23 times.
But no. But no, it was for a statistics class, and so I did the thing and I turned it in before the playoffs were finished.
Okay.
And I had my map of the World Series. And I handed it in to my teacher. And he's like, because it was the math class where they teach you like how insurance works. Because
Yeah.
it was an elective. You
Wake
had
up,
to
Bree.
choose to take that class.
You have to be here too. You falling asleep on
My
us
back
once.
hurts. No, my
We need to
back
get you a
hurts.
chair,
I'm
dude.
just trying to.
But
Once I move into the house, I will have a better setup.
that's fair.
Your poor back. We need to get you some pillows.
But no, he says to me, he says, the playoffs aren't done yet. What? And I said, okay.
I'm sorry. I have a hard time believing that you called one of the biggest upsets in playoff history in 2004.
My mom was a Red Sox fan.
As a Yankees fan, I still will never forget 2004. I was so pissed.
So I went into it biased to begin
So
with, which helped me in that case.
I don't remember 2004.
No,
You were
because
like
you were
a
4.
child. Yeah.
I turned
And
4 at the very end of the year.
my child was -3.
I was in 6th grade? 7th grade? 6th grade.
I'm baby.
You are a baby.
I'm the baby.
So-
Gotta love you. As
So,
I
I
ride your
wanna
mother
circle
into
back.
the sunset.
So I want to circle back to what we were talking about before. We didn't get to cover this, but it was actually a really big deal in the internet space.
Shane and Courtney. All right,
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
So for those that follow us, you guys would know that most of us at LTN Media are big Smosh fans. And on April Fool's Day, we got a random ass post on Instagram that just said, "Is it April or March 28th, obvi?" And it was just a picture of Shane Top and Courtney Miller, apparently getting married. Now this sparked everyone on the internet to freak the fuck out. Like
I would just like to say I didn't see the Instagram post first. I got on TikTok and saw just constant videos of people turning into the FBI and fucking looking at hair colors and being like, "Look, her roots are grown in these pictures, and they're not grow and she's completely blonde at these, and Shane has a mustache in these pictures, so they had to have taken him a while ago." And what was I was like, what the fuck? And this happened for like 5 days after April Fool's Day.
well, that's the thing is, so no one knew, and then there was like Ian had released a couple like things on his Instagram story about a segment from a Smosh flashback episode with Courtney that they had done like 2 or 3 months prior. They had something that was bleeped out. Everyone wanted to hear it. So after that announcement, that's when they released it. And Courtney talks about getting married. No one believed it. We all wanted to. Then the next day she posts happy April 2nd with more wedding posts or pictures, prompting everyone to believe a little more. You go probably 2 or 3 days later, her and Shane both release like this big thing about saying how nice it was that people are like so receptive and how they can finally be open about their relationship and how they're just probably not going to post a ton of stuff together or we're going to post whatever they want. And I was like, oh fuck, so this is real. So Shane and Courtney are married, which is the most shipped couple in Smosh history besides Ian and
Look,
Anthony.
I would like
And
to
I was
say
Okay, nothing will ever beat
congratulations
out
to
Ian
Shane
and
Miller and
Anthony.
Courtney Top.
I agree, honestly. I'm so fucking happy for that.
Courtney is definitely
The
the top of
only
my
question that's left is we know neither of them likes to wear pants. So who were they giving them to?
That's a good question.
Because
dude,
Shane
I
takes
like-
his pants off every fucking chance he gets
He really does.
on Try Not to
Court-
Laugh.
Yeah. And we all know
And I feel like
Courtney's here
Courtney
for the
does too.
payoff.
Courtney has shown her ass to more fucking Smosh cast members with
That's
random
true.
shit written on it.
One of the best is the one that she does with fucking Keith, and she just has "fuck you" written on her ass.
To be
Oh my
fair,
God.
Keith whip his dick out on her.
Keith did literally first episode whipped his dick out. She goes, I thought that we're already going to this. I thought this was gonna take a while to do. No. Like, no, you give Keith that sort of fucking leeway, and he's gonna whip
And
his
he
dick
will
out.
just get his dick out. He's like
I
Zach or
remember
Fenn.
her just yelling, I saw
Fenn.
Shaft!
Fenn heard me say band, B-A-N-D, and he thought I said B-A-N-N-E-D. And he said, I mean, if you need someone banned, I can just whip my dick out. And I'm like, no. Different thing.
Oh my God.
That
The
is a
whole
different...
situation
It was
just reminded me of when we watched when me
exactly.
and you watched Chris we watched the Love Is Blind video and Courtney
Oh my
proposes
God.
to Shane in that video.
Yes. I know.
But by that point they were probably already engaged.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for the Smoshcast episode where Shane talks about it in detail, because I'm sure he eventually will. But like it's like
I'm
the
waiting
most
for the
obvious
Smosh
thing.
supercut video of all the shit they had to cut because it was revealing their personal life that's now okay. Because it's not too personal, it just revealed they were dating.
Well, so that's I was mentioning to Bree earlier, and with one of their most recent videos, it was Shane guesses everyone's celebrity crush. Which, by the way, Shane Top is insane at guessing shit, because this dude has a degree in psychology and just talks to all of his coworkers and nails almost all of them. But the funny one was Olivia's, because it has like two people and then Sam Lerner from the Goldbergs. And I was like, oh, that's Olivia. Sam and Olivia have been together for 7 years at this point.
Yeah.
I think they met through Shane, because Shane was a recurring character on the Goldbergs. But then they get to Courtney's, and Courtney has Shane as one of her celebrity crushes. And I was like, okay, this is the first, like, it felt like
Confirmation.
No, it felt like when the MCU officially kind of like said the word mutant.
Yeah.
Like, you knew, but it was just a matter of time. So this was the first. But it was funny because it was like her three were Shane, obviously, Florence Pugh, and Donald Glover. All three very attractive people. But it was funny. Shane goes, yeah, so this is Courtney strictly because of Florence Pugh. He goes, when anyone says her name, she turns into like a feral fucking junkyard dog. It's like, we all do. We all do.
Pugh is gorgeous.
Oh my God. Florence Pugh is gorgeous. And she's hilarious. And a bit socially awkward. And like, we love Florence Pugh. But yeah, I was like, that's big. But yeah, this is like a big thing in the YouTube space. Because no one from Smosh apparently was at their wedding. Like, they went to a courthouse, and it looks like they had like a few of their friends who are also content creators. But yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Because I saw a picture that they posted of them kissing, but this was before they posted the long things on Instagram. So I was like, okay, so they could really be playing into it, or it's real.
But like,
or
we
there
talked
is a
about
third
it.
option there, like or not third option, but them really playing into it when you also remember that they're both trained actors. Kissing someone for a photograph is not a big deal.
But also think about,
especially if
what's the
you
most
are single, which is what they were both believed to be at the time.
Yeah. But like, also, what is the most Shane and Courtney thing to do? Was to
Tell
actually
everyone they
get
got married
and
on April
announce
Fool's
it.
Day.
Yeah, on
Mhm.
April. That's because when you were immediately like, I don't believe this. I'm like, no, but this is like the most Shane and Courtney thing ever. It's to
At
like
which one
actually,
it went,
yeah.
you know?
I was like, dude.
Well, okay. So the problem is, I also haven't watched any Smosh stuff for like the last 6-8 months, really.
Yeah.
And I've seen almost nothing for a long time with Shane and Courtney in it.
They did a trivia. I think they did a Trivial Pursuit episode where they do the Trivial Pursuit like No Rolls Barred does, where it's you
Right.
answer the question with a joke. The one that they did together was fucking hysterical. Like it's just you could tell like that was the chemistry of two people who have just been dating for a long time but have known each other even longer.
Speaking of No Rules Barred, first off, they have a D&D channel now called Chaotic Neutral. Check it out. It's fun. But second, Sullivan Bo Brown from No Rules Barred played Dungeons and Dragons with the crew from Outside Xbox
Really?
on YouTube with their Ox
That's
Venture
cool.
channel. Yeah.
That's
No,
cool.
it was D&D, but everyone has amnesia. And there are 2 episodes, and they're given D&D character sheets, but all of the shit on them, there's like scratch card stuff over it. So you have to try to do stuff to figure out how good you are at it.
That's terrific.
So you're playing D&D, but you have no idea who the healer is, and they're just trying to cast healing spells. Thankfully, not on each other, because a tree blew up.
What is this? Michael Bay involved? What movie
Yeah.
were we watching, Bree, that we saw explosions and I made the joke about Michael Bay?
I can't remember if it was the original or the remake of The Omen.
Yeah, and I was like, what is this, Michael Bay? And then Bree just goes, no, there'd be way more explosions.
Hang on. Can we get Michael Bay and Wes Craven to make a suspense thriller together?
Wes Craven
would
is
be-
dead.
That would be difficult.
Dude, that would be the most Wes Craven thing ever, to come back via
come back as a-
seance to direct one more
Yeah.
movie.
Just be like,
Please.
fuck you.
I love Wes Craven. I cried when he. I need him to come back.
I know it was.
Tell me
pretty
that wouldn't
recent
be the
too,
most
right?
him thing ever, though.
You said what, Chris?
I said, I feel like it wasn't that long ago.
2015.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like it's been, Jesus Christ, it's been almost 10 years. That's nuts.
Oof.
Well, I would say that's all we got. I think, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say it is about the time for us to end. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with us. This was a blast. For sure. If you guys haven't and you want to give us a follow, feel free to subscribe. Hit the little notification bell, let you know anytime we go live. Same with YouTube. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe.
You
Also
have a
hit the ding dong
fiduciary
bell.
responsibility to do so.
That's Dave's word of the day. We should introduce a word of the day.
No. It's a Fallout reference.
But you just wanted
Some
a reason to
people
say
get
the
it.
word fiduciary.
No, I wanted a reason to make another Fallout reference.
Oh, it's fair. Yeah, check out all our other stuff too. We have a lot of stuff going on. Check out our merch store. It's pretty fucking dope over there.
It is.
All of our social stuff. I'm actually wearing Dave's merch today. I forgot. I didn't even know this was a little surprise to Dave. I didn't know
wearing
if
Marvel
you remembered
merch
that
today.
I had this.
I'm wearing horror YouTube.
Nope, lied. I'm wearing DC merch today.
I'm lying.
I looked down and I saw Martian Manhunter, and I'm like, that's not DC. Oh, and there's Red Tornado and Etrigan the Demon. These are not Marvel characters.
These are not Marvel characters.
Wait, let me see that shirt again. Okay, that's not the shirt I have, because you started listing characters. I was like, wait, I have a shirt with those people on it, but no, that's not.
And a
the
lot
shirt.
of these are their Silver Age designs, which is cool.
That is cool.
Hold on. Yeah.
They're not all their Silver Age designs, though, because Red Tornado's Silver Age design is bad, but it's not his modern design either. It's one of the intermediaries.
This is the.
Oh
what I
yeah,
thought.
no. My shirt has those dudes and all of the fucking rest of them.
100 of them. This shirt also has holes in both
DC
armpits because I've had it for like
universe.
10 years.
Here's Lex Luthor, Cyborg, Beast Boy, Dr. Fate.
Fuck.
Don't fall.
Isn't this the Doctor from fucking Animaniacs?
I think so.
Hold on, let me look.
I think it's supposed to be Hugo Strange, but it looks like the Doctor from Animaniacs.
Also, another show that I watched this past weekend was Invader Zim, and it's still top tier. Top tier. Right, Zach? I feel like Zach can back me up on that one, too. Invader Zim is
Chris, I have
the
an
best.
idea. Chris,
But
I have
yeah.
an idea for something we can do on
Thanks,
here
everybody.
after we finish a certain show.
What?
I think we could do that, too. Well, we've got like a million fucking options at our
What are we
Well,
doing?
no, I haven't. No, I have an idea for something we can do for LTN after we finish a certain show.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
We can talk about it later because it's 9:58, and I'm scared.
Yes. Yes.
yeah. And I have to raid me because I'm going to be playing more Minecraft and making a church dedicated to me because I'm awesome.
And I might be hanging out with Dave and Voice during the stream as a as fun bantery commentary, which we do actually. We haven't done that in a long time.
We haven't. And it'll be really confusing for you when I start talking to other people in game.
Yes.
But I'll obviously be sharing my screen to you so you will hear them too.
Of course, yeah. Yeah. No, it's usually a good time. So definitely go do that. Dave, raid yourself. And
I am. But yeah, it's gonna be a few minutes before I go live because I must make pee-pee and I'm gonna smoke a bowl. Because I'm
that's
not
fair.
erratic enough.
I mean, or we could raid my brother is streaming right now to one person.
I already started the thing. I
just happen to see
don't know. Bison, we love you. Okay, everybody, until next time, don't be a tool.
Hey, it's cool.
Wrap your fool. Wear a condom. Yeah. Keep it simple, stay weird. This has been Less Than Normal.
This is quality content. Dude is my age. Marcus is my age, and he's got like 50 years of fucking experience.